NCN Sports is presented by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. And by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
The newest teams begin the new season tonight on News Channel Nebraska. Capital City clash. Lincoln Standing Bear taking on the Falcons of Lincoln Northwest. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Seacrest Field here in Lincoln. Another season of high school football on News Channel Nebraska begins tonight. I'm Jake Bartecki, and for the first time on News Channel Nebraska's TV broadcast, it is Zach Polk. He's so new. We got a lot of new things going on. He hasn't even gotten the yellow jacket yet, but Zach, welcome to the team and welcome to another football season.
Thank you very much. Got to earn the jacket. First time, got to earn it. I'll get one soon, I hope. But should be a great night, beautiful night for some football. I'm really excited. Yeah,
it is on the warm side. Temperatures right around 90 degrees here on the field. That'll obviously play a factor tonight. But Zach, obviously the big storyline is the rivalry, but also these two teams making a jump in class. How do you think they might have prepared for that in the offseason?
Yeah, definitely in the offseason. I'm sure they worked on it. They knew it was coming, but also, these two teams know each other really well. So week 0, getting able to play each other, at the end of the day, it's still football. Still got to get out there and play some football, and hopefully we see some good football today.
It is indeed. We'll talk with both head coaches kind of about how they prepared for that heat and humidity. Cramping, obviously a big issue. Nobody wants to see injuries in week 1, but it is prone to happen. Let's take a look at our key players tonight. First for Lincoln Northwest, Sammy Jurgens, the quarterback. Things haven't gone his way in the first few years. Things really haven't gone Lincoln Northwest's way, Zach, but not many guys are going to come back with as many snaps as he's played.
Yeah, definitely. As a senior, first game can kind of, get to you a little bit, but as a senior, he's going to have his head on straight and has some snaps under his belt, like you said. So hopefully he can kind of keep a clear head. Maybe if other guys are not doing so, he can kind of steer them in the right direction and bring that leadership here tonight.
Experience, leadership, very, very important early in the season. Paul Hart, the tight end for Lincoln Standing Bear, he's our key player for the Grizzlies. This is a guy that is big, strong, only a junior, and he's already fielding D1 offers.
Yeah, obviously as a junior, you get those D1 offers, the guy is pretty darn good. They're going to have to try to slow him down. Probably not going to be able to stop him tonight, but just try to slow him down, do what they need to do to kind of keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible. Defensively, make sure you know where he's at, but he's probably going to have a pretty big night tonight.
Yeah, it might be inevitable. When these two teams met a year ago, it was Standing Bear, a 29-17 win. That was late in the season. This one is in week 0. Kickoff coming up on NCN.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, Coach Brian Locke with us here on News Channel Nebraska ahead of kickoff. Coach, happy football season to you. How excited are you to get the year underway tonight?
That's right. It's pretty surreal that it's here, but we're super excited. Obviously, we have a crosstown rival that we need to go against, but we're definitely up to the challenge, and we're excited for a beautiful evening tonight.
You mentioned the crosstown rival. It's kind of a capital city clash, if you will. How excited are you, and how great is it to play a rival like this in week 1?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Obviously, bringing the town together and kind of see what we have to do. We're moving to Class A, so Standing Standing Bear. So it's a nice kind of a clash of all the things that we're doing in terms of growing our programs and getting an opportunity to compete tonight with them.
Well, it's warm out, and I think one of the things teams always tend to run into on these first few weeks of the season is cramping. How have you guys kind of prepared for tonight's warm weather?
We've tried to talk to them every day about the proper hydration, nutrition, and sleep that it offers, because the game requires a lot with the demands of it. But the last 48 hours, we've definitely been pushing the fluids.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Jake, appreciate it.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
Standing Bear head coach Adam Schultz joining us here ahead of kickoff. Coach, football season's here. This is an exciting atmosphere to play a rivalry in week one like this. How great is that for your guys?
It's a blessing. I mean, we get an opportunity to play somebody that we're familiar with week 0 and have an opportunity to come out here on this beautiful night and be able to play some football. I mean, we're here.
It's obviously still a rivalry, but it comes at kind of higher stakes as well. You guys make the jump, you and Lincoln Northwest both, from Class B to Class A. How do you feel your team prepared for that in the offseason?
I mean, you're talking about from last season to this season, our players took more initiative into, hey, we want to do some more things, we want to create some more traditions, and we did that, and our players did a great job buying into this summer. We had 80 kids at 90% all summer long, so we're feeling really confident.
It's warm out tonight. Obviously, that usually leads to cramping. How have you guys kind of prepared for that ahead of the week?
We've talked to our players about nutrition, electrolytes. We've also went late. We've practiced at 7 o'clock 3 or 4 nights this off season or this fall camp, so we're ready.
Such is high school football in Nebraska in August. He's Adam Schultz. We're getting ready for kickoff here on NCN.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. The big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Custom Sports. From screen-printed t-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. CustomSportsCO.com. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so their technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
The Lincoln Northwest Falcons onto the field, and they are the home team tonight here at Seacrest. And let's learn a little bit more about these two teams that are going to take the gridiron in our school spotlight here on NCN. And there are the Standing Bear Grizzlies, who make their way onto the field. That beautiful blue color and the Grizzly logo. Speaking of the Grizzlies, they enter the HAC Class A, enrollment of 842 in the first NSAA district. And they are, of course, as we mentioned, the Lincoln Standing Bear Grizzlies out there in South Lincoln. And their opponent tonight, Lincoln Northwest. Kind of the other side of town, but the same conference out in the HAC. They have an enrollment of 862, NSAA district number 1. Let's take a look at the starters for tonight's ball game, and again, these are subject to change. It's always week 1, and you might see coaches rotating things in and out as we go, but here's how things are going to look for both Lincoln Northwest and Lincoln Standing Bear. There you see it, offense and defense for the Grizzlies. The starting quarterback will be Chase Loecker. DeAndre Hill will be the running back. Cash O'Bryant. Caden Luby, the receivers. Ellers in the slot. Paul Hart, we talked about him in our pregame show. He's the tight end. And then it's Clem, Reinbuff, Bondegard, and Cook and Comrade out on the offensive line. And then you've got a talented defense. Xavier Wells, somebody to watch on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he's going to be an athlete out there playing some good football today.
And on the flip side there, you see Xavier Wells, who plays for Lincoln Northwest, of course, but he is on both sides of the ball. Sammy Jurgens, that was our key player. The running back is Jackson Love. That might be a little bit by committee tonight. You might see DeAndre Bullard get a lot of snaps in the running back spot as well. Good offensive line, but they're young. 2 sophomores in Cleveland and Balderas. The offensive line, very talented, though, a year ago for Lincoln Northwest. And there you see the Falcons defense. We will step aside. National anthem time here at Seacrest. Kickoff is coming up.
In Nebraska, agriculture is part of who we are. It feeds our families, supports our towns, and shapes our future. AFAN is helping farmers and ranchers grow stronger operations through livestock development programs at no cost to them. Because strong farms means strong communities. AFAN, supporting agriculture and strengthening communities across Nebraska.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Fuel up for the big game at Speedy Mart on 238th Street in Greenwood. Open 24 hours. We've got the winning lineup, hot coffee, ice cold drinks, and tasty snacks, plus daily specials smoked fresh in our smoker. Need a pit stop? Our bathrooms are the cleanest around. And our friendly staff always makes you feel like part of the home team. Don't get sidelined. Score big on convenience at Speedy Mart, Greenwood.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect, like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation, powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
Big ideas, bold graphics, quality products you're proud to wear. That is Custom Sports. Custom Sports, custom graphics, quality products, and timely service you can count on.
Lincoln Northwest won the toss and they elected to defer, so the Grizzlies that are there on your screen will receive here to begin the first half. You good with that decision by Lincoln Northwest, Zach?
Yeah, I think so. You know, if you defer to the second half, obviously emotions running high here early on. If you can get a big stop and get your offense out there, maybe hit them in the mouth early on, then maybe, you know, things can go your way early, put maybe a little bit of doubt in the Grizzlies' mind offensively.
It'll be junior Terma Lopez to kick off from the 40-yard line, moving from left to right on your screen for the Falcons. Back deep to return, a couple of speedsters in DeAndre Hill and Henry Warren for Lincoln Standing Bear. The offseason is long in the rearview mirror. It's all out the windshield from here as these two teams making a big jump from Class B to Class A, and the talking beginning to cease as we begin the 2026 high school football season here in the great state of Nebraska. Again, Terma Lopez to kick off, Hill and Warren back deep for the Grizzlies. Ball in the air and a line drive kick fielded at the 30. And running to his left is Hayden Bemmer, and he's brought down just past the 35, shy of the 40. And here comes the Lincoln Standing Bear offense, led by Chase Loecker, 6'2", 215-pound senior. And Zach, he's not unused to being a starting quarterback. He did start here before Hayden Holton would transfer in. He stuck with the game plan, switched to receiver a year ago, and now he's back leading the offense here under center.
Yeah, and he's going to start with pretty good field position, ball at the 39 after the squib kick, so we'll see what he can do with it here.
And that is, again, where the Grizzlies will start. First down and 10 to go. Start on the ground, DeAndre Hill finds some running room up the middle and then gets swarmed by the Falcons just past the 45, but a nice gain on 1st and 10.
Kept those feet moving, looked like he was swarmed there at about the 44-yard line. Kept it moving, got a couple extra yards. Those 2-3 yards every run that you can pick up after contact will really help you out, especially in the run game.
They do indeed, and again, Hill, another returning starter, which is there's a lot of them on this offensive side of the football for the Grizzlies. Started all last four games last year, and including the one in the postseason. Average 5.6 yards per carry, and he picked up 7 on 1st and 10. Second play of the drive, and they go back to Hill, and he's got the first down, and he's well inside Falcon territory, just shy of the 45.
Offensive line creating a hole just wide enough for him to scoot through there. And then again, maybe 1 or 2 yards after contact, he picks up the first down and into Lincoln Northwest territory.
What do you thought about the line plays so far? It seems like Lincoln Standing Bear, the first 2 plays, is dominated.
Yep, establishing the run game right up the middle, doing well.
It's 2 plays where DeAndre Hill's had his number called, 2 carries for already 20 yards, and a swing pass to the right here, and it's Caden Luby who hauls in the first pass of the season for Chase Loecker, and it's a short gain, brings up 2nd and medium.
Another nice play there, a little screen, kind of swing pass to the right side, picking up a couple of yards. Everything kind of going the way of the Grizzlies right now here early in this one.
It was a gain of 3 a year ago. Luby, 12 receptions, 92 yards. Had a 34-yarder against Lincoln Northwest, and that was his longest reception of his season and career. They stay in the pistol formation here. 2 wide receivers to the left, bottom of your screen. That's Allers on the outside. They go to DeAndre Hill with loads of room. DeAndre Hill finds green grass and is down inside the 25. Tripped up by Xavier Wells, who came across the field to possibly save a touchdown.
Yeah, I was just about to say maybe a touchdown-saving tackle. Hill able to bust it to the outside, got around that left tackle, was able to maneuver his way down to the 25-yard line. And again, the Grizzlies really establishing the run here early on.
19-yard gain. That is now 3 carries for 32 yards for the 5'7" senior DeAndre Hill. Talked to Coach Schultz earlier in the week, Zach, and he told us, if he was very blunt, we are going to run the football, and that has going to be an identity, and it's shown here in the early going.
Absolutely. They're running it really well. Offensive line doing what they need to do.
Paul Hart, the Division I potential future player, was lined up in the slot, and this time the Falcons not fooled. Right up the gut, making the tackle, Jamar Clark.
Yeah, they were ready for it that time. Maybe got stunned a little bit, get hit in the mouth, maybe can wake you up a little bit early on in the ball game. The defensive line able to come up big that time.
Loss of 1 on the play. Jamar Clark, really good player, plays tight end on the offensive side of the ball. Had 3 tackles for loss this season, and he's already got 1 here on this opening drive of the ball game. Again, they spread it out with 2 wide receivers to either end. This one is caught by Allers, and he is swarmed and brought down. Another nice tackle. That time it's Arden Jackson Jr., and a nice job by the Falcons here to stop the bleeding a little bit on what's been a dominant drive for Standing Bear.
Yeah, just a little bit of a bend, but not break kind of scenario here for Lincoln Northwest, and now they've got the Grizzlies in a 3rd and 10 here at the 25.
Lincoln Standing Bear a year ago just 28% on 3rd and more than 5, and they face their first 3rd and long here. Loecker will drop back to throw.
We got flags.
We do indeed have our first flag of the ball game, and it looks like this one's going to push Standing Bear back 5 yards, and it is a false start. Calvin Cook, who holds a UNK offer, I believe the guilty party was someone on the right side of that offensive line.
Yeah, not what you want to see on 3rd and long. You know it's probably going to be a pass play on 3rd down. If your offense just got to lock in, again, early on in this game, early on in the season, we're probably going to see a lot of laundry here tonight.
This drive approaching 4 minutes, and again, it started at their own 39 for the Grizzlies. Pistol set once again. Loecker will throw. Good protection. Looking for Paul Hart down the field, and that's a PI every day of the week, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal for the Grizzlies. Lincoln Northwest sold out on double teaming Paul Hart. It worked, and then a penalty out of the safety spot by Nolan Beek.
Yeah, I think Northwest may argue feet just got kind of tangled up there, but a lot of contact in that double team, and obviously they're going to be honed in on Hart. They were looking for him over the middle, but this looks like it is going to be on the defense.
And that pass was the first thrown in the direction of Paul Hart, who holds D1 offers from Louisville, Lindenwood, Toledo, Purdue, and South Dakota State. And again, it's really still just kind of finding his footing.
They had a little bit of a discussion here. We'll see what they call.
Looks pretty clear from up here, I got to say. And there it is. It is indeed PI, much to the dismay of a healthy group. It's made their way from Lincoln Northwest here tonight.
Yeah, both schools really showed out, but we got the replay here of what went down. Throw over the middle. And, yeah, it came just a little bit early from behind. That's where he got him.
I think you get him across the chest like that in every day of the week. So it is not going to be 1st and goal. It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Grizzlies. So a little bit of a break there for Lincoln Northwest. This is where the Grizzlies were really strong a year ago, and DeAndre Hill bulldozes his way down to the 1 yard line. He paid for it to get down near the goal line, but now it's 1st and goal for Lincoln Standing Bear.
Yeah, first down there from the 15-yard line, 10 yards. You talked about it. Could get a first down without scoring a touchdown. He did just that, and now they got 1st and goal from the 1.
DeAndre Hill, 5 carries, 44 yards on this opening drive. We'll see if his number's called again. This drive is approaching 5 minutes in game time. 1st and goal for the Grizzlies from the 2 yard line. Loecker to Hill, and this time he escapes a tackle and gets to the goal line, and he breaks the plane. Touchdown, Lincoln Standing Bear. DeAndre Hill, 46 yards on the drive, and he cashes in the final 2.
Yeah, it looked like Chase Loecker there. It looked like a read option there. Quarterback could have kept it himself. He kept his hands in there for a very long time, but Hill able to take it from him, take some contact, and put it into the end zone for 6.
Terma Lopez will come on for the PAT. DeAndre Hill, a 2 yard touchdown run, and Lincoln Standing Bear cashes in. The PAT is a line drive, but it is good, and it is 7-0 in favor of the Grizzlies. Running the ball, there's a lot of people that like to see that, and including the Lincoln Standing Bear fans. DeAndre Hill from 2 yards out gives the Grizzlies an early lead.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, a eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options. Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
The Grizzlies used 46 yards from DeAndre Hill in 4 minutes and 17 seconds of game time to take an early 7-0 lead here at Seacrest Field. Lincoln Northwest set to return here as their offense will take the field, and a fair catch made just a few yards deep in the end zone. And trotting onto the field for the first time this season, first time in Class A, the Falcons offense. Lincoln Northwest a year ago, 1-8, but they had 256 yards per game. Sammy Jurgens back for another year as the starter.
Yeah, we'll see how they respond here. Obviously, Standing Bear running the football, doing it well on that first drive. We'll see if Lincoln Northwest goes that route, tries to dominate the line of scrimmage, or maybe airing it out here a little bit to start the game.
It's Jackson Love who gets the start at running back. We heard from Coach Locke that it would probably be a running back by committee between Bullard and Jackson Love as we get ready to go here for Lincoln Northwest at their own 20-yard line. Right up the middle, and that is Jackson Love. And he gets a short yardage gain there. A little pushing after the play, but a couple of yards picked up on 1st and 10.
Yeah, both running backs really running hard, moving those legs even after contact. That's something you like to see as a coach, as a running back coach, seeing the guys not folding when that first contact hits. Keep those legs driving, picking up extra yards.
Sammy Jurgens last season completing 54% of his passes, did throw 6 touchdowns, but the 9 interceptions really kind of were a black stain on what was a pretty good season considering the prior years.
Absolutely, and they're here on 2nd down looking for some more yards.
Here is Jurgens. He'll try to throw for the first time, and he's swarmed, and he's brought down in the backfield. The defensive ends of Clem and Buckby collide on the quarterback, and it's a big loss on 2nd down.
Yeah, had the pocket there for a moment, but it collapsed real quickly. Both ends coming in and making the tackle. I mean, it was quick. Made him step up right into the nose tackle there, and he was brought down quickly, and a loss of a couple on the play.
It's a loss of 2, and it brings up 3rd down and 8. 25% a year ago were the Falcons. They were not good on 3rd down, and they struggled with 3 and outs. Shotgun set here, 3 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen as Lincoln Standing Bear looking to force a 3 and out with a 7-0 lead here early. Low snap. Loecker rushed again, fires over the middle, and that pass is incomplete. Falcons want a flag, but it's good coverage downfield by the Grizzlies. Coverage coming from Caden Luby.
Yeah, Caden Luby all over it there. And again, defense able to get some pressure, forcing him to step up in the pocket, just narrowly avoiding the defender. Not a horrible throw. Catchable ball would have been a great catch, but instead it's Northwest going to be punting it away, and Standing Bear in. Couldn't ask for a better start to the ball game if you're the Grizzlies.
Ryan Martinez, the intended target on the play, and that was indeed, as Zach just mentioned, a really strong defensive statement there. That drive lasting less than a minute for the Falcons. Mason Epps punt, spiraling, and Henry Warren takes it at midfield. Evades a few tacklers, not a bad return there as he's swallowed up just past the 45. And Lincoln Standing Bear already up 7-0 will start in plus territory.
Yeah, they, once again, great field position, even better than last time. So, Standing Bear going to be starting here in Northwest territory.
An impressive early drive, Zach Polk.
Yeah, definitely. Running the football. Like you said, people in Lincoln love to see when football teams run the football, and Standing Bear is giving them what they want here today. And they've got another chance, another opportunity here to put some more points on the board.
DeAndre Hill paid for a couple of those runs, that big hit he took at the end of that drive from Xavier Wells. But 6 carries for 46 yards and an early touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 44 of the Falcons. Chest high snap, and Loecker, little curl route, finds Luby and gets about 5.
Yeah, second conventional pass play there of the game for the Grizzlies. They looked for Hart over the middle, got that pass interference that time. A little bit of a button hook to that inside wide receiver, able to get a couple of yards on the play, and now setting themselves up pretty nicely here for about a 2nd and 7.
Standing Bear 4-6 last season, lost in the first round of the playoffs to Gretna East, who kind of took it to him. But Zach, I think it was big for these guys to make the postseason a year ago.
Absolutely. It's another run here for Hill. Kind of swallowed up there early, maybe just a gain of 1, and now another 3rd down here for the Grizzlies.
See if Lincoln Northwest begins to kind of figure it out up front. It's been pretty dominating so far for Lincoln Standing Bears. It's now 3rd and 5.
Yeah, we saw the drive before, first drive of the game. Standing Bear was able to really dominate the line of scrimmage. There was a couple flashes of Northwest defensively stopping the run, but the Grizzlies were able to punch it in. So we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
Had 1 3rd down earlier, and a penalty came in on that play, and a penalty on this one again against Lincoln Northwest. I think this is going to be encroachment.
Yeah, it could be a free 1st down here for Standing Bear.
And needed the 5 yards, and Falcons might have just given it to him, and they sure did. Another costly Falcon penalty on 3rd down, Zach. The first one was the pass interference throwing in the direction of Zach Polk, and now you've got a defensive end and a linebacker that got a little too eager.
I wish I was out there. It was in the direction of Hart, but, it was a... it's the first game of the season. You're going to see those flags.
Sure.
If you're a coach, you probably don't want to see these mental ones like this. You can live with a pass interference, guys playing aggressive, trying to make a play. But encroachment, not what you want to see, especially on 3rd down.
1st and 10 after the penalty. Luby in motion across the line of scrimmage. Pass to the right side. That one caught. Cash O'Brien shakes a couple of defenders and picks up 9 as he's shoved out of bounds by Cooper Floyd, and make it now 4 for 4 through the air for Chase Loecker.
Yeah, they're really liking that kind of bubble screen, little throw to the outside, letting their wide receivers kind of do what they do with the ball in their hands, and so far it's working out for the Grizzlies. Another big gain there through the air.
2nd down and a yard remaining. The time is just clicked away in this first quarter, already down to less than 4.5 minutes to go, and a lot of run plays early for Lincoln Standing Bear has done that, and that was another key from Coach Schultz, was control the game, drain the clock with the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Now a 2nd and short here for the Grizzlies.
We'll go empty on the far side of the field, and back to Hill. Lots of running room inside the 20, inside the 15, salsaing his way down inside the 10, and he's run out of bounds. 1st and goal coming up for the Grizzlies.
Able to tiptoe the sideline, almost got it all the way there. Again, made a big hit here towards the inside the 5-yard line. But just able to stay in bounds, get those extra yards as he's been doing all game long.
It was a gain of 22. That puts him near 70 yards on the ball game. 1st down, goal to go from the 3. DeAndre Hill, with 10 more yards in this ball game, will eclipse his career best in terms of rushing. Last season, averaged 50 yards per game. He's at 70 here, and a timeout called on the field. We will take one with them. 4:19 to go in this first quarter. The Grizzlies up a touchdown, and they're knocking on the door again.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer with locations throughout Nebraska and Kansas. And by Visit Kearney. Next time you're in Kearney, check out the new Visit Kearney Welcome Center located on Eunice campus.
New home on the horizon? Loan it to own it. Need a new car to keep you moving? Loan it to own it. Looking for a new adventure? Loan it to own it with Liberty First Credit Union. Liberty First Credit Union is there for every step of your journey. Anyone can join to receive low payments and fixed rates to help get you through every new milestone. When you're ready to own it, loan it through Liberty First Credit Union.
After the timeout, 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. I think it was a good timeout for Lincoln Northwest, Zach. You don't want this game to get out of hand too early, and maybe give the message that if it does, it's not over.
Yeah, absolutely. We are very early in this game. Obviously, the Grizzlies looking to punch it in here once again, but if you're Lincoln Northwest, a stop here would be huge, but even if not, the game is far from over.
DeAndre Hill, the single back behind Loecker. Gets the touch, gets tripped up. He got hit by Cooper Floyd behind the line that knocked him down. And then coming in to finish the job across the field was Arden Jackson Jr., but a big stop there and a loss of 1.
Great job by Cooper Floyd getting into the backfield like that. Got a hand on him, able to bring him down for a loss on the play.
So it's still goal to go here. 2nd and goal from the 4. Again, DeAndre Hill already with 1 touchdown tonight. He scored the lone 7 points on the scoreboard a drive ago from 2 yards out.
Yeah, they're riding him early, like you said. He's taking some punishment, as you have seen. He's getting hit pretty hard. We'll see if they give it to him here again.
They do indeed. And he finds his way into the end zone untouched. 6 in for 6 more. And DeAndre Hill has put the Grizzlies up 13-0.
Big props to the offensive line. Not touched there was Hill. Easiest touchdown he may see all season long. Again, big props to the offensive line there, clearing the way for another touchdown.
This offensive line, all upperclassmen except for the left tackle Carter Bondegard. And they are putting on a show here early, making life easy for DeAndre Hill. This one gets high up in the air, got tipped, but a penalty here. And that one's going to go against Standing Bear.
Oh, was that delay a game?
I think it might have been. And Lincoln Northwest, I don't think that kick went through.
It did not. It was a little short. So they're going to back him up here. And it was a dead ball. It was delaying a game, so Northwest can't accept or decline that penalty.
But they wish they could, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never know, and that might be the difference in this one. So they'll back him up a little bit more, make this more of a field goal than a PAT, but it's still going to count for 1 point after the 4-yard touchdown by DeAndre Hill. And it's junior Brody Hyatt to put up the PAT, and that one is good. And check that. That was not good. Off the left side. No, it is. Okay. I was going to say the official kind of waved his arms there at the end, and it is indeed good. 14-0. The Grizzlies take the lead. 2 touchdowns already on the day for DeAndre Hill.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding band, so we'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Domination in all 3 phases in the early going here for Lincoln Standing Bear. DeAndre Hill with 2 touchdowns already and 72 rushing yards, as Brody Hyatt will kick this one away. And this one is over the head of Xavier Wells and through the end zone for a touchback. And that means the ball will come out to the 20-yard line. Well, Lincoln Northwest didn't do much on their opening drive. Only picked up 2 yards, Zach. Got to find some production here before this one gets out of hand.
Yeah, this feels like a pretty big drive for Lincoln Northwest. And, you mentioned, Standing Bear dominating, all facets of the game, but also field position right now as well.
Indeed, and the head coach for the 5th season, Brian Luck of Lincoln Northwest, and boy, has he been important for this group this season. And again, he's led all the way, all 5 years for Lincoln Northwest.
Short run there, not going to get much there up the middle for Lincoln Northwest, and Standing Bear and standing their ground, no pun intended, there at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain. Another carry there for Jackson Love, who was listed as the starter at running back, but again, Coach Locke said could be a running back by committee situation this season.
And they may need it with this game here tonight. Like we said, it's a hot one out there. They're going to be using every guy they possibly can, I'm sure.
Shotgun set, 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Pitch to the right side here. Ryan Martinez out of the slot, gets hit hard. Was able to stay on his feet and then turned it upfield a little bit more, but Lincoln Standing Bear was on top of that one. Ball came out, and the Grizzlies came away with it. They knocked it free late in the play, and the Grizzlies force an early turnover here. Everything going the way of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he just got hit there at the end. Lost the football, as you can see it on the turf there.
That was the defensive end, Harper Clem, who came in and made the hit. And picked up and turned upfield for a few more yards by Caden Luby and Zach. This offensive line didn't get much of a rest, but they're going to go back to work here, having done a nice job in the early going.
Yeah, disastrous start for Lincoln Northwest. Now Standing Bear with a huge chance still here in the first quarter to try and put some more points on the board.
Fake the handoff. Loecker rushed out of the pocket, finds Paul Hart, wide open into the end zone for the touchdown. A turnover, then 1 play, 1 catch. Paul Hart makes it 20-0.
Yeah, Lincoln Northwest brought the blitz up the middle. Great pickup in the backfield and able to make a nice throw to Hart right at the goal line. He took a shot. You can see it here. Nice pickup of the blitz, rolling out to the right, making a nice throw for 6 more for Standing Bear.
A 23-yard throw and catch, Loecker to Hart. And Brody Hyatt on for his 3rd point after touchdown of this first quarter, and got a Falcon down on the field there. Able to get to his feet. Lincoln Northwest, again, 66 players on this roster. That's Brett Morton, the defensive back, a senior. But injuries early, we kind of touched on that in our open, Zach. Cramps, whatever it might be. Injuries in week 1 you never want to see. Looks like he's okay.
Yeah, he took a big shot there going right at Hart there at the goal line. Took the brunt of it, it looked like, on that touchdown catch. But good to see him up and running off the field.
Sacrificed the body for an attempt at the stop, but Paul Hart, 23-yard reception, matches his season total from a year ago in touchdown receptions. Only had 1 in his sophomore year. Hyatt's PAT. He's 3 for 3, and so are the Grizzlies on offense. A turnover, and 1 play later, Paul Hart, 23-yard reception, and it's 21-0 Standing Bear.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a Teammates mentor. I've heard Teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates helps students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Welcome back to Seacrest Field. It is domination here in the early going for Lincoln Standing Bear, leading at 21-0. 2 touchdowns from DeAndre Hill from short yardage, and then after the turnover, Zach, Paul Hart, a 23-yard touchdown reception, and now Lincoln Northwest has really got to step on the gas.
Yeah, they definitely do. We said the last possession was a key one. This one is more desperation. They need to get something going. If anything, to flip the field position. We talked about it. Standing Bear dominating all facets of the game, But one of the main ones is field position. We see it all the time in football. Field position can be a big deal, and now especially down 21-0. Got to flip the field, get some first downs here, and really, if anything, it's for some momentum here in this ball game to try to work your way back. Again, still a lot of football to be played, but it's got to start here with this drive.
Just 7 yards of offense so far for the Falcons, and it has all come on the ground. Only one pass attempt so far today for the senior quarterback, Sammy Jurgens. Jackson Love back in at running back to the left hip of Jurgens. Far side receiver, Xavier Wells, one-on-one with Ian Schreiner, a new piece to this defense for Lincoln Standing Bear. Low snap, Jurgens hands it off to Love. Runs right, was able to escape a couple of tackles, and then he's brought down after another short pickup. Levi Buckby going to be credited with the takedown.
Yeah, Love wasn't the one that fumbled last drive, but you could tell they had the conversation. He was holding on to that thing very tight, getting those extra yards, and able to pick up a couple here, or a few for Lincoln Northwest.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. If you're just joining us, DeAndre Hill carrying the load so far offensively, and then Loecker to Paul Hart after a Lincoln Northwest turnover to make this one 21-0, a 23-yard thing of beauty pass over the middle. Back to Love and back to the ground game. Got a few feet past the line of scrimmage, and then he was hit hard by Henry Warren, the safety coming in to end that play, and it brings up third down.
Standing Bear doing a great job of swarming to the football. That's what you love to see as a defensive coach. The entire team, when you know where the football is, you got to run to it. They're doing a great job of it here in this first quarter.
A couple of substitutions being made, including at the running back spot. So DeAndre Bullard in the game for the first time for Lincoln Northwest. A year ago, averaged 4 yards per carry. Didn't really see much time until late in the season. Third down and 4. Lincoln Northwest 0 for 2 on third down. A pass over the middle, and catching that one in stride is Jacob Young. And that's a big conversion and a chunk yardage pass. First completion for Jurgens.
I mean, that is huge, obviously for Lincoln Northwest, but especially for Jurgens. Beautiful throw, and able to get the first down, and now can relax a little bit after a nice throw there. Got the completion, starting to feel like you're playing some football here offensively.
Gain of 11 for a first down, and it brings up 1st and 10 for Lincoln Northwest at the 37. Down to 35 seconds to go in this first quarter. Likely see one more play before the whistles blow on the first 12 minutes. DeAndre Bullard back in at running back. First carry of the ball game for him, and he's met head-on. Harper Clem, the standout defensive end, with his second tackle for loss of the ball game. And just like that, Lincoln Northwest pushed behind the sticks.
1 step forward, 2 steps back right now for Lincoln Northwest. And insult to injury, do have an injured player here on the turf for Lincoln Northwest, but a loss of 2 on the play.
Loss of 2 on the play, indeed, and that injured Falcon is Ben DeGarmo, one of their leaders on that offensive line. That's the center, junior, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Looks like he's okay. Second down and 13 coming up here after the 3-yard loss by DeAndre Bullard. Clock did stop for the injury, so we might see one more play here, Zach.
Yeah, I'm not, 100% sure on the rule there, if he'll wind the clock once everything gets ready.
And it did allow Lincoln Northwest to get reset if they did want to take one more play. I don't know the difference it might make, but there it is. There you see they wind the clock, so they're going to take this one to the sidelines for now. Could have probably run it if they wanted to hurry, but they will think better of it, think things over as we'll flip sides here for the second quarter. 21-0 in favor of Lincoln Standing Bear. Lincoln Northwest with the football when we come back.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
In Nebraska, agriculture is part of who we are. It feeds our families, supports our towns, and shapes our future. AFAN is helping farmers and ranchers grow stronger operations through livestock development programs at no cost to them. Because strong farms mean strong communities. AFAN, supporting agriculture and strengthening communities across Nebraska.
Look at that, got some pool tubes out there. It's warm enough for a pool party, Zach Polk.
I'll tell you what, I would love to be hopping in the pool right about now. This is more fun, though. Yeah. Calling some football. Week 0, very excited to be here. And obviously Lincoln Northwest in a tough spot right now, but able to move the ball a little bit here on this drive before the end of the first quarter.
They face a second down and long from their own 34, 21-0 in favor of the Grizzlies. DeAndre Hill with 2 touchdowns. Paul Hart, a 23-yard reception over the middle. And that came after a Falcon turnover. And now a little bit more good fortune here for Lincoln Northwest. A penalty looks like it's going to come against the Grizzlies. Somebody jumped on the near side of that defensive line. I think it was Levi Buckby.
Yeah, jumping there right out of the quarter. You want to make a play. Got a little bit too antsy. Again, got to watch the football defensively. That's what I'm sure coaches are screaming at them. Watch the football. Don't fall for those fake counts.
It makes that second down and long to begin the quarter much more manageable. Jurgens with a quick handoff to Bullard. And Bullard is able to turn something into nothing. Picked up a couple more yards. Got past the line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up 3rd and medium.
We got another 3rd down here for Lincoln Northwest. Able to convert there towards the end of the first quarter. See if they can do it again. Again, got through the line there for a moment, but was wrapped up pretty quickly. Now again, 3rd down here.
It's a gain of 3, and it brings up 3rd and 5. Lincoln Northwest with their first 3rd down conversion of the ball game just a few plays ago. Nice crossing route over the middle. Jacob Young on the reception on that one. See what they go to here on 3rd down and 4. Near side receiver is Xavier Wells. Snap back to Jurgens. Jurgens, good protection, gonna air it out over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Threw that one into double coverage, looking down the field, and his intended target was Eli Gonzalez, but Lincoln Standing Bear all over that one.
I'll tell you what, though, Gonzalez had a shot at it. Throw it over the middle there. And, I mean, it almost falls right into his lap, but good defense there from Standing Bear, and we're going to have another punt.
A nice camera work by our crew there. That made it look like a lot, I don't want to say easier of a catch, but a lot more possible than it did in real time.
Yeah, but Standing Bear, I mean, you got 3 helmets around you. It's pretty tough to bring that in. Not able to do it that time. And, again, another chance here for Lincoln Standing Bear to put the pressure on, once again, up 21-0.
4th and 4, and Coach Locke will indeed go to the punting unit here, and a whistle here might have been getting down on the clock. They did call a timeout, so we'll take one with them for 30 seconds. 11:06 to go in this first half. 21-0. Grizzlies about to get the ball back.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
4th down coming up. Lincoln Northwest having to burn a timeout there to avoid, I believe, another delay of game. And now we'll send Mason Epp back out to punt once again. He's punted once tonight. And Henry Warren back to return, had 6 yards on his prior return as he stands at about the 25-yard line of the Grizzlies. Warren going to stay away from this one. And the black jerseys will Down at about the 25-yard line, so average starting field position here for Lincoln Standing Bear. But, Zach, no matter where they've started from, they've been able to move the ball on offense.
Yeah, I think if you told Lincoln Standing Bear before the game that in the second quarter their worst field position would be starting on their own 25, I think they'd be pretty thrilled about it. They've won the field position game here early on in this first half. But again, like you said, they've been able to run the football pretty much at will, making some big plays downfield as well. So see if they can do it again here on this drive.
And they start again at the 25-yard line. It's Hayden Beamer back at running back. And he gets his first carry of the ball game. Good block. He's able to turn it upfield for short yardage gain. But again, the offensive line really opened those lanes up for Lincoln Standing Bear.
Yeah, another nice run. We'll see if Lincoln Standing Bear can have another big play like they did to Hart over the middle. Guy on the sideline that knows a little bit about big plays, Ron Kellogg III.
There you go.
The assistant coach for Lincoln Standing Bear. He knows a thing or two about big plays for the Cornhuskers. So
that's a good guy to have on your staff. Where were you during that game?
You know what? I was at home. My brother was at the game.
And that's the Hail Mary game for those that might not watch Nebraska football. Probably most of our viewers do, but you were at home.
I was at home. I was watching it on TV. Couldn't have been happier.
At that time, believe it or not, I was, I grew up in Chicago. I was a Northwestern fan at that time.
Ooh,
of course, went to Nebraska. Things changed a little bit as that one's incomplete to Paul Hart. But tell you what, that wasn't almost one where you really couldn't be mad. You just are like, wow.
Yeah. Kind of flashbacks for us to BYU a couple of years before that. I also was not at that game, thank goodness. But, definitely a great memory for us Husker fans. Maybe not so much for Northwestern. But incomplete pass there. We got a third down and long. This is huge for the Falcon defense.
It's about the longest third down that Standing Bear has faced. They faced a 3rd and 9, and that resulted in a pass interference penalty on a pass to Paul Hart. They'll look to the 30-yard line, and that catch and run is good for a first down. Turning that one upfield is Noah Rebke.
Yeah, Rebke there with a nice catch. Kind of using Paul Hart as a little bit of a decoy there. He kind of went across on the motion and was going downfield, and they found him for a first down there.
First time he's been in the ball game, I think, today, and makes a nice grab for a first down. Slow, methodical drives so far for Lincoln Standing Bear. Hesitating a lit was Bemer, and he runs forward, picks up a few more yards.
And it's a good sign when the plays where you're just kind of getting things moving, you pick up 4 to 6 yards there. And it just feels like the offensive line is really dominating here for Standing Bear in this first half.
Just shows how important that position is. Those 5 positions can a lot of times turn a run game that you might not think has what it takes to get wins and be successful into one that can really be a weapon.
Yeah, we talked about, I'm a broken record at this point, but talked about field position all game long, and a good offensive line can flip that field position pretty quickly.
Play action here. Paul Hart goes up top, makes the grab. He's maybe going to get a yard or two. Impressive going up top on the pass there from Loecker, and once again, third down.
Yeah, good play on the outside there, able to bring him down. Holding on for dear life there for a moment. But, again, defense able to swarm and bring him down.
That's an athletic play.
That was a great catch.
3rd down and 5 after the completion. Lincoln Standing Bear got to get this to the 48-yard line. Probably going to try to get this at least to midfield. That's the safety zone for the first down here. Grizzlies did start with the football, so it'll be Lincoln Northwest to receive out of the second half. Still 8 minutes away. DeAndre Hill back into the game, makes his first reception of the season there and gets taken down. Cooper Floyd in on the stop, and Lincoln Northwest gets a much-needed 3rd down stop. And now it's 4th down and 3 to go in no man's land.
Yeah, this is right at the 45. Could maybe see a hard count here from the Standing Bear offense. We'll see. They've gotten Northwest to jump earlier in the game. If you're Lincoln Northwest, do not bite on a hard count here. But also, you've been consistently getting 4 to 5 yards, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually go for it here.
It's a long 3 that they need here, and the offense does remain on the field. And there's the hard count, a second hard count, a third. And you called it, Zach Polk.
Yeah, they were just going for the hard count there. Like I said, though, the offense has been so good today that I wouldn't be super surprised to see them go for that. But also your defense has been great. You can trust them to get another stop, up 21-0 here with 7:18 to play.
Let's talk about this offensive line for Lincoln Standing Bear that I think has credited them to 80 yards rushing already in this first half. What's been the key to their success?
I think it's just firing off the football. I mean, they have been able to get to the defensive line first, create those holes for the running back. Finding your assignments there up front is big time. Not missing those blocks and holding those blocks, driving those feet. Like I said, they've been doing a great job all first half long. It can be tough, especially as an offensive lineman too. It gets hot out there. You're hitting every single play. But so far for Lincoln Standing Bear, they have done a great job up front.
7:18 to go here in this first half, and now we see the punting unit on for the first time today. Brody Hyatt does both the kicking and the punting for the Grizzlies. Xavier Wells, speedy, back to receive at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see if they keep it away from Wells here or if they let him return it. I got a sneaky suspicion they may not be kicking it to him here. They don't want a big play for Lincoln Northwest, an offense that hasn't been able to do a whole lot. Things can change with just one play and one big playmaker like Wells.
Flag comes in after the snap. Wells with a fair catch, makes that at the 20. We'll check the flag.
Yeah, it was right at the snap, so not sure if it's a motion or a formation penalty against Lincoln Standing Bear. So they are talking to Lincoln Northwest, so they may have them back up and punt it again, or they'll take it at the 15. I'm sure they're probably going to make them punt that thing again.
Yeah, a long walk back after what was a good kick.
Yeah, that was solid, and again, kept it high in the air. Wells had to call for the fair catch.
So after the motion penalty, Brody Hyatt will go back out and try to replicate what he just did.
So that is exactly what it was. So they will have to punt it again, maybe. No, they're going to keep it at the 15.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would think. I guess. Oh, I guess they're going to add it on to the end.
They're going to add it on to the end of the kick, right?
Makes sense.
Sure looked like they were getting ready to re-kick that thing. Everybody was walking back and as if they need more steps right now in the heat.
Yeah, but they are going to start on their own 20-yard line. So 7:12 to go in the first half. Again, we keep saying it, but finally able to get that stop. Lincoln Northwest needs some motion here offensively.
1st and 10 from the 20, 7:12, as Zach said, to go until halftime. And Lincoln Northwest does have the ball to start the second half. So you score here, you have the ball out of the second half, you score there. Don't look now, but it's a one-score game. Got to find the points here, though. Sammy Jurgens at the quarterback spot. Takes the handoff, throws to his left. Xavier Wells with his first reception of the ball game. And he turns it upfield for a short gain. Positive yards on the first play of the drive for the Falcons.
Yeah, get one of your best wide receivers the football here. Get him going offensively. Get it in his hands. Anything can happen. One cut, like you said, he is speedy. Could get down the field.
Handing it off up the middle and a whistle, and something looked off about that play. And we'll check the penalty marker. Might have been some motion, the line of scrimmage.
Looked like it is going to be false start on the offense.
5th penalty of this first half for Lincoln Northwest.
Yeah, I believe it's, what is it, 5-1?
Yeah,
is that
that's
what
correct.
We're looking at? So,
and a difference of about 30 yards in penalties.
Yep, and it translates to the scoreboard right now. The Grizzlies only with one penalty, and it was a minor penalty, a 5-yarder, but they lead 21-0, and that's a big key here in this first half.
Negates almost all those yards picked up on the completion to Xavier Wells on first down. Jurgens, 6 touchdown passes a year ago. Hands it off up the middle in a short gain. Lincoln Northwest going with Mason Philippi here at running back.
And I think that was Zach Ball getting in there in the backfield, bringing him down. And we got another third down here for Lincoln Northwest. You'd like to think maybe they're going Wells' way again here. But again, they're going to probably have to put it in the air on their own 21-yard line.
Third down and 9 to go. There he is, Zach.
Near side here.
Shotgun set, low snap, and Jurgens is able to scoop it back up. Broken play, Xavier Wells. Oh, he was wide open, and he was just a step late. Xavier Wells might think about that one for the rest of the season.
You know what? I think Jurgens will as well. He's back there just throwing his hands up. Can't believe he just missed him there across the field. Rolling to his right. It's a tough throw, trying to lead your speedster downfield, but just out of his reach. Not able to bring it in. Could have been a game-changing play there.
Now, obviously the broken play might have had something to do with that. If there's anybody at fault there, who would you say is at fault? Was it Wells being a step late, not laying out for it? Was it the throw? Or was it neither?
I think it's neither. I think both guys, it's a tough throw. You're trying to lead your fast guy down the field. Wells going after it. Maybe you'd like to see him just, lay out for it, but that one, just could not connect.
Well, we do have another penalty marker on the field again after the punt.
Yeah, it looked like a late substitution here for Lincoln.
We've seen a lot of that. That seems to be a week 0, week 1 thing.
Yeah, coach not happy down there with his guys. Late run onto the field. And, it's tough, too. They were late running onto the field, and it was your own offense that snapped it before you're able to get out there. So just nothing really clicking here for Lincoln Northwest. Again, you see there. Legal substitution, so I believe that again will be added on to the end of this play. And once again, unbelievable field position here for Lincoln standing there.
And I got to think Wells and Jurgens. How do you come back from that now? You got to run the play again.
Yeah, you might have to. Obviously down 21-0. Like I said, that is a game-changing play if you can connect there. But again, like I said, if you're Jurgens, you just lead it out there, hope Wells can get underneath it. If you're Wells, you're running as hard as you can, just falls out of reach. And a really tough break there for Lincoln Northwest.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Chase Loecker back out onto the field. 8 for 9 through the air. His first incompletion came on the last drive. DeAndre Hill already with 70-plus rushing yards, and he adds 13 more on first down, and the Grizzlies down inside the 30.
Again, the offensive line working well there, but he was able to avoid some tacklers, showing his speed on the outside once again.
And now he has indeed eclipsed his career best, up to 85 rushing yards here in this first half, and knocking on the door of maybe a first half hat trick. Wide receiver on the far side of the field. For the first time, it's Ehlers who lines up on that end. Snap back to Loecker, and DeAndre Hill dragged to the ground by Issy Lewis-Hunt, the big nose guard for the Falcons.
Yeah, again, didn't look like much, but it's 3 to 4 yards for this offensive line, really grinding up front. And on first down, run play, you'd love to get 4 yards.
2nd and 7 upcoming here from the 26. That's got Hill up to 88 rushing yards. His numbers last year, 81 carries for 454 yards and a couple of touchdowns. So he's eclipsed his season best from a year ago and has already met his number of touchdowns from last season in this first half. In fact, he did it in the first quarter. Swing pass to the right, picked up by Henry Warren, down to about the 20-yard line, and a nice tackle there. That's textbook stuff from Arden Jackson Jr.
Yeah, Jackson Jr. able to make the play on the outside. They need a stop here at the 21-yard line. 3rd down and probably field goal range here for Standing Bear.
We are nearing halftime, 3 minutes and 49 seconds, and the clock running until then. So join us for our halftime show. We won't be going anywhere. That's brought to you by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. 3rd and short. DeAndre Hill cuts it back to the left and gets down to about the 10-yard line. And another first down and a 3rd down conversion for Lincoln Standing Bear.
And he runs hard. He really does. Lowers the shoulder that time with the stiff arm. You'll see it here on the replay. Just juking in the backfield in that stiff arm, able to be dragged down, but a heck of a run there once again. Now it's 1st and 10. Can still get a first down without a touchdown inside the 1. But now, again, we talked about it before the game. Looks like maybe we got some cramping going on down there.
We do indeed. So we will step aside as it looks like a Falcon comes to his feet. But we'll take a timeout as he gets checked out. Lincoln Standing Bear knocking on the door once again.
On the go and need a fast break? Speedy Mart is your playmaker. Swing in, grab a quick bite, a refreshing drink, and fuel up fast so you can get back in the game without missing a beat. With plenty of parking, speedy pumps, and shelves stocked with all your favorites, Speedy Mart on South 72nd Street, Papillion, keeps you moving. Whether it's food, fuel, or a friendly smile, make the winning move. Stop at Speedy Mart today.
First down, 10 to go from the 11-yard line out of the timeout. Lincoln Northwest with 1 remaining. As the snap goes to Loecker, pass caught. Warren shakes a couple of tackles and gets down to about the 5.
Another nice play there from Standing Bear, and the defense of Lincoln Northwest just haven't really been able to create any negative plays for this Grizzlies offense, even in the plays that seem routine. Like I've said, they get 2, 3, 4 yards, and that one, another one, just a nice little button hook on the right side. Gets them about 5 yards.
Loecker 10 of 11 through the air, 54 yards and a touchdown. Surprisingly, his only incompletion was thrown in the direction of Paul Hart. Lincoln Standing Bear's last time on the field. Out of the shotgun, Loecker going to keep it himself, and that time he's met head on. The defensive line of the Falcons wins that one. Good tackle there by Juliano Taplica, the sophomore defensive lineman.
Nice job there by the defense of Lincoln Northwest, but now again, trying to bend but not break on this drive. A 3rd and 5 in the red zone. Ball at the 6, and it's looking like if you're Standing Bear, you can punch this in. You feel really, really good heading into halftime.
3rd down and 4 to go for the Falcons. 100 seconds remaining until the half. 2 touchdowns already today for DeAndre Hill. He's the running back in the pistol. Gets the touch here. DeAndre Hill down to about the 1-yard line, and he's stopped short. And Lincoln Northwest with a stand on 3rd down. I think he did get the first down, but all intents and purposes, that felt like 3rd and goal, but now it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there for the defense of Lincoln Northwest. You get to stop. They do not get to the end zone, but it was 1st and 10 from the 11, so now it's 1st and goal from inside the 1.
And I don't think Hill got it by much. Sneak here. Loecker right up the gut. Into the end zone for the touchdown. And Lincoln Standing Bear dominating this first half. They put another exclamation point on the scoreboard. It's 27-0.
The old-fashioned QB sneak just snuck in there literally before the snap even happened. And just followed his big center right into the end zone. You got a slow-mo of it here. He might have lost the football. Looks like he kind of did on that exchange. He ended up coming up with the football.
Don't see that every day. I didn't notice that in real time.
Tell you what, he snuck in there quickly. Thought maybe something happened, but when he stood up with the football, I thought I was just seeing things.
Well, either way, 6 more points. Make it 7 with Brody Hyatt's PAT up and good. The run game, the pass game, the defense, the special teams. It has all shown up in this first half for Lincoln Standing Bear. Over a minute to go, and it's 28-0 Grizzlies.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Custom Sports. From screen-printed t-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. CustomSportsCO.com. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Welcome back to Seacrest Field. Going to have a lot of highlights to cover, especially from Lincoln Standing Bear at our halftime show. Our halftime highlights will be brought to you in part by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Lincoln Northwest has had a hard time moving the football, special teams included. They'll start inside their own 20 here with 1:09 to go in this first half.
Yeah, at the very least, they've seen that a big play is possible with Wells and Jurgens there on that last drive, just not able to connect, but it was there. So it could be an opportunity here late in this first half.
We'll start at about the 19.5-yard line, 1:09 remaining until the break when Lincoln Northwest will receive the football to begin the third quarter. Jurgens, 5-step drop. He gets pummeled right up the gut with the blitz. Calvin Cook is in there along with Grayson Rosberg. Boy, he took a shot, did Sammy Jurgens.
Yeah, right off the bat, just too much there. Nice spin move, forcing him towards the right side and brought down for another sack for Standing Bear.
Boy, that was a big-time hit and a timeout called as well with 56 seconds to go. And I think, again, we talked about the battle up front. We've talked a lot about Lincoln Northwest, trouble with the offensive line for Standing Bear. But I tell you what, the Grizzlies' defensive front has created a lot of havoc as well.
Yeah, for sure. And, we saw it early on in the ball game. Jurgens having a tough time in the backfield. Kind of got a little bit quiet. Jurgens was able to find some receivers downfield. But there again, defensive line of Standing Bear really coming up and dominating both sides of the football right now here in this first half. That has to change in the second for Lincoln Northwest if they want to get back into this game.
A loss of 9 on the sack as well.
I wonder, did Northwest call that timeout or was it Standing Bear?
Oh, it was Standing Bear. So they have one remaining. Trying to get the ball back here and maybe deliver. I don't want to say the dagger's been delivered yet, but maybe deliver a preliminary dagger here late if they can get the ball again. So ball at the 11-yard line. Lincoln Northwest did not have great starting field position to start this drive, and now it's gotten worse on 2nd and long. They'll come out throwing. Jurgens chased back into the end zone, has to get rid of it in a diving grab made by Jacob Young. He has both receptions that have gone for 10 yards or more so far tonight for the Falcons.
And another timeout going to be called here by Standing Bear because it will be 3rd and long. Pretty nice play by Jurgens, but unfortunately he was rolling out to his left, trying to throw to that wide receiver coming over the middle. If he was able to kind of set his feet, there was some room to be had there, but running to his right, that's a tough throw to make, had to dive, and unfortunately not a huge gain there for Lincoln Northwest.
Third grab of the game for the newcomer to the wide receiver room for Lincoln Northwest. It's 3rd down and 17. What do you draw up here if you're Standing Bear defensively? You brought the blitz the last 2 times and it's worked.
Yeah, you probably do it again. If it's not broke, don't fix it. There has been a couple opportunities for Lincoln Northwest for some big plays, but you trust that defensive line, maybe a couple linebackers to get back there, force Jurgens out of the pocket. It's worked for him so far.
3rd and 17, ball on the 13-yard line, and they'll stay in the shotgun. Jackson Love, haven't seen him in the ball game in a couple of series for the Falcons. Back in the left hip of Jurgens. Fake the handoff, 5-step drop. They do bring the blitz. Jurgens chased into the end zone. Buckby went for the safety, lost his footing. The ball thrown downfield. Oh my goodness, it was nearly hauled in by Ryan Martinez, and he nearly tipped it to the safety in coverage for the interception. Instead, it's 4th and long.
Yeah, coming back for that one. Almost had an opportunity to bring it in. Does stop the clock, though, now. And Standing Bear is going to have a few seconds for maybe a couple of plays to try to, like you said, maybe deliver a knockout blow before halftime even gets here.
You will have 1 timeout remaining. You know, it's interesting, Zach. You talked about it at the beginning of the drive where, hey, Lincoln Northwest has got to come into this drive knowing that the big play is possible. There's a case to be made that that was a similar play to that throw to Wells back earlier in the quarter.
Yeah, definitely possible, but a little bit more pressure in the backfield kind of caused that one to go awry. And now again, Standing Bear is going to have great field position with 22 seconds to go. That's a couple of plays here. Don't necessarily have to go to the end zone either.
Yeah.
You can get closer and maybe try out that field goal unit or try to send it to the end zone. And like we said, really put things in a tough spot for the Falcons here in the second half.
That was not a great kick by Mason Epp, the punter for the Falcons. And now Lincoln Standing Bear will retake the field at the 34, and you mentioned the field goal unit. They are very high on Brody Hyatt. They say he's extended his distance in the offseason, went 7 of 8 on PATs a year ago, and he's been really clean on extra points so far tonight. Hasn't tried a field goal. This might be an opportunity where you give him the chance.
I was going to say, if you ever want to have your first field goal of the season, wouldn't hate to have it already up 28-0.
Chase Loecker. Deep drop, good protection, throw to the sideline, and that pass is complete. Aller's there to make the grab.
Nice catch, gets out of bounds, clock stops just a few yards on the reception. But again, clock does stop. 18 seconds to go, still could, get 2 more plays in here if you're Standing Bear.
So Ehlers with his second grab of the game, he's up to 5 yards, 2nd down and 7 to go. Loecker will drop back to throw. Flag flies. He steps up, and they'll blow this play dead.
Yeah, it looked like maybe right tackle moving just a bit too early. They aren't going to get a full start here on Standing Bear.
Took him a while to stop that play.
Yeah, it did, and that's kind of scary, especially when you see your quarterback going up the middle there. But it did look like maybe he was just a step early for Standing Bear there on the right side.
2nd down and 12 upcoming ball on the 46-yard line, and Standing Bear right now would have a 53-yard field goal for Brody Hyatt.
Would be impressive. I think they
would be impressive. Not much wind, which could be good or bad.
Yeah, but I think they want to get a couple more yards here. I believe they do still have 1 timeout remaining, so if they do get it over the middle, they could stop the clock.
Longest pass play of the ball game today for the Grizzlies was a 23-yard touchdown pass, Loecker to Paul Hart. Otherwise, it's kind of been the short out routes. Their next longest is 10 yards.
And a future possibly D1 tight end here is in the slot on this right side. We'll see if they go for it.
And nobody matched up in too tight a coverage against him either. Loecker looking in that direction. He throws downfield to Paul Hart, a little too tall, and the pass falls incomplete. Just the 2nd incompletion of the half for Chase Loecker.
Yeah, he was looking for Hart over the middle, but just not able to find him there. It's kind of going over his head a bit, and he had a defender on his back. So 13 seconds left, still could get a playoff here. And again, if it's completed inbounds, downfield, could still call that timeout, maybe get a field goal out there.
3rd down and 12. Ball at the 36-yard line. He's Zach Polk. I'm Jake Bartecki. It's been a lot of action in this first half of week 0 here on NCN. Loecker feels the heat. Escapes, drops it off. Emmer there to make the grab, and he's tripped up. 6 seconds to go. Will they try the timeout? They will, I believe, not try a timeout. It's an interesting decision there. Clock hits 0.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to, I don't know. They did not call that timeout. Maybe didn't have one. And the scoreboard was just wrong for us. But 28-0. got to feel pretty good, even with the missing out on a chance there. If you're the Grizzlies headed into half with a big lead.
I think you're onto something there. I think they might have credited Lincoln Northwest on our scoreboard here with the remaining timeout. Regardless, 28-0 the score, Standing Bear in full total control. 2 touchdowns for DeAndre Hill, 1 for Hart and 1 for Chase Loecker on a QB sneak. We will recap it all on our RMV Construction halftime show right after this.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
When you're running the bases of a busy day, let Speedy Mart at 13235 Grover Street in Omaha knock it out of the park. Start your morning with breakfast made with the real thing, fresh eggs. Step inside for tasty snacks, refreshing drinks, and friendly service that treats you like family. With a dynamic team full of energy and great chemistry, every stop feels like a win. Speedy Mart, where every visit is a home run.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Back here at Seacrest Field, welcome into the RMV Construction halftime show. Jake Bartecki alongside Zach Polk. 28-0 Lincoln Standing Bear dominating right now, Zach. Only 19 yards of offense for the Falcons, and they have been shut down with zilch right now in the net rushing game.
Yeah, it's really been the offensive and defensive line for Standing Bear that has really shown us that they are for real here today. They have done a great job, again, both offensively and defensively, really controlling the line of scrimmage. We've seen flashes from Lincoln Northwest of some big play ability, but it's been the defense of Standing Bear that has really done a great job of keeping them in check, keeping the stars for Lincoln Northwest in check, I guess I could say as well. And, it's just been a tough, really tough start to the season for the Falcons.
And on the flip side, I think for Lincoln Standing Bear, you kind of touched on a little bit. The offensive line deserves a lot of credit right now. I mean, you've got 102 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns for DeAndre Hill. You've found Loecker with a touchdown. It's all allowed them to kind of open up the passing game in the short yardage.
Yeah, for sure. That offensive line, like we said, doing a great job. Hill in the backfield, he's creating opportunities downfield once he gets through that hole. But it's just been a picture-perfect first half for Lincoln Standing Bear. They're dominating the field position as well, which is something that we've talked about here in this first half a lot. But it's just a great first half for Lincoln Standing Bear.
Well, let's take a look at our halftime highlights, which are brought to you in part by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Call them the halftime highlights. They're the first half highlights, and I think there's going to be a lot of Lincoln Standing Bear in your opening drive of the ball game. First and goal here. DeAndre Hill, good vision. He found the end zone on a nice run.
Yeah, he was just outside the end zone. That was lower in the shoulder, but he gets in quickly after that here, as you can see. A little bit of a read option and, holding on for dear life, but pushing there at the end, able to get in for the score.
Paid for that touchdown as well on the hit by Xavier Wells. So then again, shortly after, untouched. You kind of called it. The offensive line deserved all the credit on that one.
Yeah, untouched into the end zone. We said when it happened, maybe the easiest Hill will reach the end zone. And then turnovers.
Yeah.
Northwest only turnover of the game is to them, and that ended up being a nice spot for Standing Bear to come up with a big play.
Harper Clem with the forced fumble made it look easy as well, and then one play later, Loecker to the future D1 talent and Paul Hart.
Yeah, got hit there at the goal line, but delivered a little bit of that contact there at the goal line for another big touchdown for Lincoln Standing Bear.
Loecker takes a low snap here, was able to flip it to DeAndre Hill. That was his first reception of the ball game. Good tackle by Cooper Floyd. Kind of felt like that was a needed stop there on third down for Lincoln Northwest. Unfortunately, things didn't get much better. DeAndre Hill dragged down just short of the goal line here, which would lead to another Grizzlies score.
Yeah, definition of a workhorse, and it did look like he dropped the football there at the goal line, but able to fall on it. And you can see he's got it right there for the score. Just an overall big first half for Standing Bear.
And then Rosberg right up the gut here was able to swarm Sammy Jurgens. Loss of 9 yards on the ground game there.
Yeah, story of the first half. Defense, offense, field position, everything going the way of Lincoln Standing Bear here in this first half. They'd love to keep it up here in the second.
Taking a look at a couple of the stats, important numbers from the first half. Obviously 28-0 Lincoln Standing Bear over Lincoln Northwest, as you can tell. But 14 carries, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns for DeAndre Hill. That 102 yards is a new career best. So is 2 touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns all of last season. In the pass game, Chase Loecker, 11 of 13, 73 yards, a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Paul Hart, 2 receptions, 24 yards with a touchdown as well. For Lincoln Northwest, it's a short list. Right now, Sammy Jurgens, 3 of 7 through the air, 19 yards. And Jackson Love leading in the run game with 4 carries for 11 yards. 28-0, Lincoln Standing Bear leading the Falcons of Lincoln Northwest. Our halftime highlights are brought to you in part by Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer with locations throughout Nebraska and Kansas. And by Visit Kearney. Next time you're in Kearney, check out the new Visit Kearney Welcome Center located on Eunice campus.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Back here at Seacrest Field, our halftime show is brought to you in part by RMV Construction. If you have a construction project that needs built, RMV Construction is the company you need to call. Check out the Aquatic Center in Bertrand, Nebraska. For this project, RMV Construction partnered with local leaders to transform a vision into a vibrant community staple. RMV is passionate about delivering aquatic centers, sports complexes, parks, and recreational facilities to serve people of all ages for generations to come. Call RMV Construction to create a space in your community that you will be proud of. RMV Construction with offices in Lincoln and Kearney, trusted, local, proven. All right, Zach Polk, before we kick it back for one more break here at the half, what needs to change for both sides here in the second half? Maybe you don't need to change anything if you're Lincoln Standing Bear.
If you're Lincoln Standing Bear, yeah, I wouldn't change a whole lot. You're probably in a situation here where maybe this first drive, you keep everybody out there. If you're able to score, then it's a good problem to have. You start to think about who you take off the field, who you start to limit carries for. Obviously, DeAndre Hill has had a great game today. In this second half, you may start to monitor his carries, how much you give him the football after a huge first half. If you're Northwest, you're going to get the football here to start this second half, and you have to do something with it. We've said it multiple times, but now it's do or die time. Down 28-0. If Standing Bear scored 28 in the first half, Lincoln Northwest, they're saying to themselves, we can score 28 or more in this second half. It's got to start with this first drive, though. They, at the very least, have to show that they can move the football.
We shall see. The Falcons will indeed start with the football to start the second half, although only having 19 total offensive yards in the ball game. Check us out on social media. You can always find out where we'll be with our next broadcast. Get all the information you need on the Huskers, high school sports, and much more. That's NCN Sports Now on Facebook and YouTube, and at NCN Sports on X and Instagram.
There's a couple.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Kick your day into high gear with a stop at Speedy Mart on 85th Street, Lincoln. Whether you're racing to practice, cheering from the sidelines, or just powering through a busy day, we've got the fuel, food, and drinks to keep you in the game. Our fast service and new parking lot make it easy for pumping fuel and getting what you need for the road. With our friendly service, every stop is a winning goal. Speedy Mart, convenience that always scores.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
I'm Pete Ricketts, and I approve this message.
The Democratic Socialist agenda, I mean, I see some good things in there.
That's Dan Osborne praising socialists. Osborne paid himself hundreds of thousands of dollars, bankrolled by the far left. They pay Osborne. Osborne supports their radical policies.
There definitely needs to be a clear path to citizenship. Let's give him a damn Social Security card already.
The Democratic Socialist agenda, I see some good things in there.
Dan Osborne, fake independent, real liberal.
Field ready to go. We'll have a couple minutes here for the teams to warm up as they retake the field here for the final 24 minutes. Most impressive aspect of the game so far for you, Zach Polk?
It's been the offensive and defensive line of Standing Bear. Maybe if you want me to just pick one, I'd say the offensive line. Sure. They've done a great job moving the football. They don't often, the offensive line, they always talk about they don't get the recognition that they deserve. You'll hear that from some pro offensive linemen and some commentators that were once offensive linemen. They don't get all the love. They're getting plenty of love from us here tonight because they have done a great job of creating holes for DeAndre Hill. And obviously, he's done a great job out of the backfield using that, finding those holes, and then getting extra yards after contact as well. The run game for Standing Bear has really stood out for me.
And you obviously were not here last year, so I don't know how much you paid attention to Lincoln Standing Bear, but 4-6 a year ago, won their last 2 games of the season to make the playoffs. Where kind of got thumped by Gretna East, but I think you're seeing a team tonight that's capable of being in the playoffs, especially in Class B, but to move up to Class A and have a performance like this so far, it's got to be good for the confidence of the kids.
Exactly. You said it right there, the confidence. You're headed into week 1. Everybody headed into week 1 thinks they have a chance, and a lot of teams do, obviously. But, you head into the game and you think we're going to win this game, we're going to dominate, we're really good this year, whatever. And then you get hit in the mouth a little bit, and then sometimes that can kind of change the trajectory of your season. For Lincoln Standing Bear, they've come out, they've hit Northwest in the mouth right away, and really haven't looked back. And they're looking like a really good football team that could, make some noise here in Class A.
Indeed. We're about 100 seconds away from kickoff for the second half here. Again, especially during these warmer weeks of the football season, you get the time to expire from halftime. You get 2 or 3 minutes for the guys to loosen up, keep the legs fresh and the muscles loose, because we've talked about it at length tonight. Cramping and injuries probably happen more often in week 1, 2, and 3, and that includes week 0, than any other time of the season.
Yeah, you like I said, you head into the first game of the season with a lot of confidence, but you also pretty confident that you're in game shape until you play the actual game, and then you realize it's a whole different animal. But both teams looking pretty good right now.
1:05 until we get back underway for the second half. We'll take one more break. Second half of high school football, week 0 on NCN.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Field, the visitors up 28-0 on Lincoln Northwest. Jake Bartecki, he's Zach Polk. Zach, your first broadcast so far here on the TV side of things. I know you did some radio earlier this week, but what do you think of the TV side? And I know you're not a huge TV guy yet.
Not yet, but hey, I'm having a good time up here with you, Jake, today. Obviously, great first half for Standing Bear. A lot of fun seeing some big-time plays. Opportunity here, though, for Northwest. They got to get something going here on this drive, even if it is just flipping field position, getting the ball into Standing Bear territory. You're not necessarily yet at a point where you're looking down the road for momentum into the next game, but still, if you want any shot in this game here in the second half, you got to do something here offensively.
And again, the Falcons with only, at least by our stats, just 19 yards of total offense in that first half, and penalties have been a problem as well. Brody Hyatt puts the right leg into the football and drives this one just short of the crossbar of the goalposts, and Lincoln Standing Bear will go with the touchback here, and Lincoln Northwest will start the drive 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Tell you what, a touchback, it seems routine, but for Standing Bear, it's been big tonight. Not letting them get any returns and keeping the ball, in some tough field position, not great field position for Northwest, and an offense that's been struggling all night. That becomes even more key as the game goes along.
Standing Bear will go to the defensive side here. Sammy Jurgens, Jackson Love in the backfield for Lincoln Northwest. Jackson Love, 4 carries for 11 yards in that first half. 1 wide receiver right, 1 left. And we begin the second half here at Seacrest. Jackson Love with the carry, gets to the outside and gets brought down around the 30-yard line. Ian Schreiner there on the stop.
Nice run there on first down, but Love's slow to get up. That is not what you want to see if you're the Falcons. Kind of came down awkwardly there on the tackle.
And kind of the tackle, I don't think intentionally, was up by the shoulders as well. So 1 play into the second half, and we have an injury timeout here. Looks like Love going to sit up, get to his feet. He does not look like he is in good shape. We will step aside. Yeah, we will step aside and get you an update on him on the other side.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you. Through 40 years of going further together, we're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success.
Well, right away after the injury for Jackson Love, a penalty here on Lincoln. I believe they called that on Standing Bear, and they did. There was a lot of movement at the line of scrimmage, and they'll have the ultimate decision that the Standing Bear Grizzlies were the ones to jump first. Jackson Love, Zach Polk off the field with no pressure on that right knee. Not something you want to see.
Yeah, definitely not looking great. He's on the sideline here, obviously upset. Hopefully just a scare, but did not look great for our guy Jackson Love.
Sammy Jurgens tries to take off, and he's swallowed up, taken down by Levi Buckby. 26 tackles and half a sack last year. He's got a sack and a half here tonight.
Yeah, Jurgens doing a good job of stepping up in the pocket, but when he does, he just runs into more Standing Bear defensive players, able to kind of get back to the original line of scrimmage there, but he has been swarmed tonight there in that pocket.
Second down and 11 yards to go at the 33-yard line. Lincoln Northwest, most of their yards have come via the penalty flag. Not been able to move the ball with much success against what's been a stout Standing Bear defense here in this third quarter. A little all over the place here, and this might be against Lincoln Northwest. There was movement all over on the Standing Bear side of things.
Yeah, I think he kind of came in front of the nose guard and then forced the offense of Lincoln Northwest to move. So I think this is going to be on the defense of Standing Bear once again.
And the officials got together, and there you see it.
I think it's going to be encroachment. It
is indeed.
Ran in front of the nose guard and forced that right guard, that right tackle to move.
That's one the officials probably need, that credit to them there. They took the time, but that's a tough one to call because it could go either way.
Yeah, really smart there from the offense of Northwest to kind of force that to happen.
Shotgun set, 2nd and 6. Pressure comes. Jurgens lost his footing. Calvin Cook barely touched him, and he went down deep in the backfield. And Jurgens a little slow to get up after this play.
Yeah, he went down and could not stop there defensively. I don't think Lincoln Northwest, the fans, are very happy with what went down there.
After the play,
kind of driving him
got
to the
hit.
ground, yeah.
It was Harper Clem who came in after. And I couldn't tell if the whistle had been blown by that point or not.
Yeah, it's tough as a defensive guy. You're headed to the football. You're waiting to hear that whistle.
It's a loss of 10. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, the defender coming in untouched up the middle, and we may have another timeout here for Lincoln Northwest. Looks like that's what we're going to have.
It hasn't been much to flow to the second half so far. We'll take on with them. Early going here in the third quarter, still 28-0 in favor of Standing Bear.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. The big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Custom Sports. From screen-printed t-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. CustomSportsCO.com. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
Welcome back to Seacrest Field. 28-yard line is where the ball's spotted on 3rd and 16 here for Lincoln Northwest.
Kind of feels like the ball game right here.
It does, and it's hard to, neither team's really established a flow to this second half. Couple injury timeouts and a couple of flags that have just led to timeouts in and of themselves or stoppages.
Yeah, we're really looking for a big play here for Lincoln Northwest. Maybe Wells on the far side, get him involved here early in this second half, but they need a big play. At least get close to a first down, then maybe can go for it right around the 45-yard line.
And finally, whistle gets blown for the start of the 3rd down and long here. Low snap to Jurgens. Pressure comes again. Steps up in the pocket, and Jurgens finds some green grass. Across the 40, across midfield, and down inside the 45 of Standing Bear. No flags, and a first down on a scramble by Sammy Jurgens.
Sammy Jurgens doing it himself with his legs. A couple of nice cuts there in the backfield. I'll tell you what, looking like an athlete here early on in this second half, avoiding the pressure, stepping up, juking him out of his shoes, and a big run and a big play, exactly what they needed.
Longest play of the game so far for Lincoln Northwest, a gain of 32 on 3rd and 16. Doubled the amount of yards needed to pick up the first. Jurgens out of the shotgun. Pressure comes, and this time he's taken down. Harper Clem finishes him off behind the line.
Again, I said it in the first half. I'll say it again. 1 step forward, 2 steps back here for this Lincoln Northwest offense. Again, coming up with a big play. That time, Jurgens not able to get where he wanted to go with the feet, brought down for another loss on the play.
Loss of 4. 4th sack of the ball game for Lincoln Standing Bear.
That was Harper Clem bringing him down there, the left end, having a great day for this Grizzly defense.
Handoff up the middle. And a hit behind the line. DeAndre Bullard taken down on the play. Rush up the gut there for Lincoln Standing Bear. And another linebacker that's been rotated in and out a bit, Parker Beaumont.
Yeah, Beaumont and Clem there again. We've been seeing 51 in the backfield a lot. Another big play there for the defense. And again, another big 3rd down here for Northwest.
3rd and 14. Last time it was 3rd and long. Sammy Jurgens is able to rip off a 32-yard scramble to pick up the first. Shotgun set, 3 wide receivers right, and 1 to the left. Xavier Wells on the far side of your screen. Snap back to Jurgens. He's chased out of the pocket. Harper Clem in pursuit. Jurgens is going to try to pick up another first down. This time he'll be well short, but he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Lincoln Northwest was pointing for a first down, but they're nowhere near it. Brings up 4th.
Yeah, it'll be about 4th and 9 here for Lincoln Northwest. Got to go for it. 7:48 to go here in the 3rd. Down 28-0. You know, you don't love when your big plays. Oh, and Jurgens is going to have to come off the field. He lost his shoe.
Ooh. I think that's the same rule as a helmet. If you lose your shoe, lose your helmet, you got to sit out a play.
So we will have a new quarterback here for Lincoln Northwest.
Lucas Morton will stand in.
So Morton in on a big 4th down here for Lincoln Northwest, and they have to put it through the air.
We'll find out what he's made of. They might call a timeout here to make sure they can get Jurgens back in the game. And before they did that, delay a game.
So maybe a blessing and a curse here. I think Jurgens is going to be able to come back into the game, but they lose 5 yards here on this 4th down. Which, if you're going to pick up 10 yards on a big play, probably going to have to get 15 as well. So,
and they're going to go with the punt unit instead. Interesting. To me, that scenario, Zach, I just feel like you got nothing to lose.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like they are going to punt it away, though, here.
Mason Epp will kick it deep. Nobody back to return right now for Standing Bear, which makes me think they might be thinking fake punt here. Epp has it go through 5-hole, has to pick it up. I don't know if it was an intentional fake punt, but it is now, and Epp is brought down to the backfield. Levi Buckby there alongside Zach Ball, and terrific starting field position in this 3rd quarter for Standing Bear.
Just kind of how the day has gone for Lincoln Northwest. That one going through the hands of the punter. He picked it up, trying to do the best he could, but a low snap too. You can see it there, picking it up, trying to run with it, but nowhere to go. Again, Standing Bear all over it.
It'll be officially the 40-yard line where this Grizzlies offense that is averaging over 10 yards per carry will start this drive. Our 3rd quarter tonight is brought to you in part by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Chase Loecker in that first half was really strong through the air, 11 of 13 for 73 yards, but so was DeAndre Hill, who gets the carry here on 1st and 10. Gets about 3 or 4 yards, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, got to think, like we talked about, as we got, Xavier Wells.
He went down on the play as well after the play kind of came to a head.
Looking at that left leg, maybe an ankle or hopefully just a cramp in the calf. Looks like it is a cramp. He's asking for his teammates to help him out there. So obviously don't love to see it, but better than what it could have been.
Kind of tends to happen with a cramp as the play gets over, and then all of a sudden something tenses up and you kind of fall backwards.
Yeah, you go down, and people that have never had it before might think, you're a little dramatic or what. Those do not feel good.
They do not
at all.
No.
I mean, it hurts. And especially in these conditions, you've been playing football for, almost 3 quarters now. A guy like Wells, who's been running around all over the field, it does not feel good. And they're tough to get rid of sometimes, too. I know there's some guys that are chronic crampers. They cramp a lot, and others, maybe just every once in a while. But it does not discriminate. It hurts real bad.
Xavier Wells getting some NAIA offers. Last season, 24 receptions for 400 yards. Had a touchdown. Obviously on the field defensively here, where he was pretty good as well. Had one of just 4 interceptions for Lincoln Northwest to go along with 20 tackles.
As Wells is getting off the field here under his own power. It does look like just a left calf cramp for Wells. Hopefully he can get hydrated and get back out there. If you're Standing Bear, though, put this one in the end zone and then maybe able to get some new guys out there on the field next offensive drive. Maybe able to keep some of your starters fresh for the next time they come out.
2nd and 6 from the Falcon 36. Lincoln Northwest Shows a bit of a blitz. Loecker picks it up, fires over the middle. That pass is intercepted, taken away by Ryan Martinez. Runs backwards with it, and he's brought down to the 10-yard line. But positive momentum on a side of the ball where the Falcons have struggled today.
Yep, absolutely. And the first mistake made by Standing Bear really all game. Just a throw, I think, maybe behind his wide receiver there for Chase Loecker. We'll see it here on the replay.
And he was looking for Paul Hart and just overthrew him. Kind of thrown in between Hart and the receiver coming across the field. It was Parker Beaumont, who's made some plays defensively, but a mistake there by Chase Loecker.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, on the positive side of things, you're up 28-0, maybe trying to take a chance there, throwing it downfield. If you're going to make the mistakes, if you're Standing Bear, you'd like to do it up 28-0, but gives Northwest just a little bit of hope, but again, not great field position here.
Sammy Jurgens had to sit out the last play of the drive, lost a shoe, but he's back in here and calls his own number on 1st and 10 and picks up about 2.
Yeah, not sure if that was designed there, maybe a quick throw if it's there, if not, take off, and he took off for a decent gain on the play on first down.
8 carries, 13 yards for Sammy Jurgens. A year ago, ran the ball, I think, more than people would have expected him to. 56 carries for 2 touchdowns last season.
Tell you what, we can see he's got speed. We saw in that big run, able to make a couple of defenders miss.
3 wide receivers right, 1 out wide to the left, and that's Xavier Wells. Good to see him back out on the field. DeAndre Bullard shakes a few tacklers, and then he's brought down, somewhat slow to get up. And we might see a cramp from him. 3rd quarter is the cramp time in these early season games.
Yeah, looks like he is going to be cramping on that right side. Made a nice catch there. It looked like a one-handed grab out of the backfield, but again, Standing Bear all over it defensively. And yeah, he looks like he's in pain, but it does look like maybe a classic cramp situation here for the running back.
And again, he's in the ball game because Jackson Love, a possession ago, went down with a knee injury.
There's another
We've got another one on the other side of the field. So DeAndre Bullard
might be Wells over there again on the far side.
It might just be.
I think it is.
Yes, it is. Xavier Wells, who just had a cramp. We were just praising that he was back in the ball game. Now is down with a cramp as well. Did you ever have a cramp that you specifically remember being really painful as somebody who played high school football?
I'll tell you what, it did not happen during the game. It happened after the game.
Oh.
Going to sleep, I was in bed, and it hit.
Oh, those are the worst.
Could not move. Just screaming from my room. I mean, they do hurt. It was a hamstring cramp.
Split box for the cramps.
There we
go. It's the double cramp box.
There we go. And we were expecting it. Like you said, we talked to the coaches beforehand, and you know, you always think that you're in game shape, and then the game hits, and it's tougher than you think. And you know, there's really no way to control the cramps other than doing your best to stay hydrated and eat the bananas and the peanut butter and the mustard, whatever the techniques.
I've heard pickle juice is another one.
Yeah, pickle juice is another. So I'm sure they've got everything on the sideline, waiting for Wells, whatever helps. But yeah, it is tough in hot summer days like today. As we move into the season, this is usually the story to start the season, especially week 0.
And Xavier Wells just had a cramp on the defensive side of the ball before the Zach Martinez interception of Chase Loecker.
Yeah, and it's tough because you take this amount of time to try to stretch him out, and you get him off the field, and you feel normal. You feel like you're good to go again, and then you get out there in a couple of plays, and you juke the wrong way one time, and all of a sudden it locks up again on you, and it can be tough to manage.
Good contingent of students. The student sections are full on both sides of the field. Lincoln Northwest below us here, and then Standing Bear on the far side. Good to see a good crowd here at Seacrest Field for really a standalone game here in the capital city.
Yeah, it feels good. Football is back here in Lincoln, and Standing Bear having some fun. Maybe not so much for the Northwest student section.
I think they're probably still having a good time.
Yeah, they're probably.
They're having a good time.
They're out here watching some high school football.
3rd and 6 after a double cramp situation for Lincoln Northwest. They're down a few players on this third down, including Xavier Wells and DeAndre Bullard. So Jurgens will take to the air. Flips to the flat, and he's able to pick up his intended target, Mason Philippi, who is listed as a wide receiver and a free safety, but it's not unusual for him to line up in the backfield as he did there to pick up the first down.
Yeah, nice play there. Jurgens had some time in the backfield, was able to make the throw to the right side, and again, first down for the Falcons.
It was a gain of 8 for the first down. One of the more bigger plays of the day for Lincoln Northwest right there. Philippi swallowed up on this one. He's got 2 carries now for negative yards on the day. But it's been a tough day running the football for just about everybody in a black jersey.
Yeah, a lot of silver helmets in the backfield, not what you want to see if you're in Northwest, especially on first down. That's where it gets tough because you lose a yard on first down, turns up into second and long, and you start thinking, do we got to put it in the air on second down? Those 3 to 4 yards on first down are huge for an offense and an offensive line, and you can't do that. It really puts a damper on the drive.
One wide receiver alone in the formation. Snap back to Jurgens, and he overshoots Philippi in the flat, and it brings up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, they were all over it defensively there, was standing there, had a guy in the backfield. Wide receiver was covered. If he pulls that in, maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage or a yard or 2 more, but it's going to be 3rd down and long either way, and instead it's going to be 3rd and 11 here for Northwest.
So 3rd and 11, where Lincoln Northwest is 3 of 8. They just picked up their 3rd down moments ago. Jurgens feels the heat. Calvin Cook got to him and finishes him off. There is a flag on the play here. Zach Ball might have caught Jurgens up by the face mask, and we might see another first down here handed to Lincoln Northwest.
Yeah, tough break there. Looks like they had him covered for the most part, but just catching the face mask on the way by. Looks like it'll be a first down for the Falcons. We'll see how they're lining up and kind of how that play went there.
Jurgens kind of rubbing at his eye there. Wonder if he got a finger or a hand up somewhere near the face guard or the eye guard.
Yeah, he does look like he does have a visor there, but we'll see the replay here. Tries to avoid.
And there it is from Zach Ball. I don't think it was anything malicious or intentional, but obviously a penalty.
Yeah, he got him with the shoulder at first, and then Jurgens was kind of able to get away, and then I think he's just grasping for whatever was there and caught the bottom bar of that face mask. So a big gain off the penalty here, though, for Lincoln Northwest, and trying to get into Standing Bear territory.
Shotgun set from the 47. Jurgens pitches one over the middle, shovel pass, hauled in by Martinez, who just had an interception on the other end of the field.
Tell you what, Jurgens looks, he's an athlete back there. He's avoiding pressure. That time, things didn't look like they were going to work out, but he was able, got a little sidearm shovel pass there down the field for a decent gain.
6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4. 2 wide receivers left and 2 to the right. Xavier Wells has not made his way back onto the field after the cramp. Jurgens will drop back to throw. Fires over the middle. Caught by Jacob Young on another curl route. He's had some nice grabs today. That is his 4th of the ball game, and it's good for a first down.
Another dot from Jurgens, and Northwest hustling to the football. They want to keep this momentum going here on the offensive side with 3:36 to go in the 3rd.
By far the best drive of the evening for the Falcons. Jurgens chased to the sideline and is able to turn it upfield. Evaded Paul Hart. Stepped out of bounds And Lincoln Northwest inching closer and closer to the end zone, and maybe their first red zone appearance.
You know, so far not necessarily the way that Sam Jurgens would have liked this game to go on, but I think he's going to sleep well tonight. He's been running all over the field, making some big plays, taking some big hits. He looks pretty tired out there, but still making plays. 9th carry of the ball game for Jurgens, who again last season had 56 carries for just 15 yards. He obviously was sacked quite a bit. The offensive line's been a problem for Lincoln Northwest pretty much since they entered the fray of high school sports. Jurgens evades a sack, and he shakes off a defender, juke stick, and now he turns it upfield for a first down. He is shifty there out of the backfield again, making the play with his feet, gets that first down for Lincoln Northwest. Approaching the red zone territory here as well. It'll be the first red zone trip of the night. Timeout called. We'll take one with them. Lincoln Northwest going to talk things over here as they near the end zone. We'll step aside. 28-0 in favor of Standing Bear.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
In Nebraska, agriculture is part of who we are. It feeds our families, supports our towns, and shapes our future. AFAN is helping farmers and ranchers grow stronger operations through livestock development programs at no cost to them. Because strong farms means strong communities. AFAN, supporting agriculture and strengthening communities across Nebraska.
Welcome back to Seacrest Field. Everybody's out here having a good time, of all ages in the stands, Zach Polk.
There we go.
Snap back to Sammy Jurgens, resuming what's been the most promising drive of the game and thus the season for Lincoln Northwest, but he gets taken down behind the line there. Just been too much penetration up front for the Grizzlies to get kind of in the backfield, then swarm Sammy Jurgens on the backside.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of this drive with his legs himself, but it also takes a toll on him, and that time stepping up in the pocket again, but it collapsing around him.
Shotgun set, 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Jurgens takes off, looking for the edge. Shoved out of bounds, late hit out of bounds as well, and there's the flag.
Yeah, they've been kind of yelling for it all game as Northwest. They haven't been real thrilled with the aggressive defense of Standing Bear that time, right in front of the referee on the sideline, and they'll get a little extra here at the end of this run.
Well, here we see it again on our Beatrice Community Hospital and Health Center instant replay.
Just a little extra shove there at the end with Jurgens already out of bounds. Nothing too crazy, but you see your fellow defender there taking him out of bounds. Probably don't need the extra little push there at the end.
And in no way in saying this am I defending that kind of play, but you think this game means a lot to these two crosstown rivals in week 1? I would say it probably does. 1st and 10, down inside the 10-yard line for the first time today are the Falcons. Their fans on their feet giving a little bit of support here on 1st and goal. It's DeAndre Bullard, the running back. Jurgens, option right. And he fires to the end zone. And Xavier Wells, that might have been his first play back in the game since a cramp on the other end of the field. The pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of pride here defensively for Standing Bear. They'd like to keep that 0 up there on the scoreboard. You talked about them kind of being crosstown rivals here, both moving up to Class A. It would feel pretty good for Standing Bear to keep that goose egg on the board, but knocking on the door right now is Northwest. Not sure if Jurgens, is that his mouth guard all the way back there? I think he did. Had to go back to the 30-yard line to pick up his mouth guard.
That'll happen every so often. Falls out of the mouth, heat of the battle, gets kicked. We'll try again on 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. This drive started back at the 10. After the interception by Ryan Martinez, trying to take advantage. The only turnover of the ball game for the Grizzlies, and a whistle.
That looked like
stoppage here. Yes, indeed. I think there's a problem with Sammy Jurgens again.
Yeah, whatever it was, it looked like he dropped it right before the play and was going to try to get the play off before the clock ran out. But he's going to have to come out for at least one play.
That means Lucas Morton going to check back in here. We thought we might see Lucas Morton throw on that 3rd and long, and then had the delay of game, which then Coach Locke decided to let's just go with the punter.
So he comes in here in a pretty big spot. It's just 2nd down, but 2nd and goal here for the Falcons.
Would not be surprised if this is DeAndre Bullard's 7 yards to finish.
And the only problem with that is Standing Bear's probably thinking the same thing.
And they do stack the box here on 2nd and goal. Morton's going to throw. He's going to look to the end zone, and just too tall for Jamar Clark, who holds an offer from a team you'll cover quite extensively this season in the Doane Tigers.
Yeah, it looked like a back shoulder fade there on that left side, but not able to get off the ground. Good defense from Standing Bear there as well.
What's the outlook on Doane this season?
Tell you what, they're excited. They're excited to play. They had a very young team last year, youngest in the GPAC, so they're looking to build off that experience from last year. And I'm excited. I'm excited for their Week 1 game next weekend against Texas College.
I'll be right here on News Channel Nebraska. Zach will take over the play-by-play side of things. Sammy Jurgens back into the game and can't connect with a sliding Xavier Wells, and that brings up 4th down.
And Jurgens not happy with the sideline. Not sure what went wrong there, but was looking for Wells and a throw low and behind Xavier Wells. And it's going to bring up a 4th down here for Northwest.
I wonder if Wells just slipped.
Yeah, it's nothing really going right for Northwest here in this game. Punching this one in, though, would feel pretty good.
They'll go for the end zone to try and stave off a shutout. Still have an entire quarter to remedy that, but they'd love to do it right here. 4th and goal from the 7. Jurgens to his right. Tries to set his feet and fires. That pass is caught for the touchdown. Jacob Young has been the best receiver in the ball game tonight for the Falcons, and he has their first touchdown of the 2026 campaign.
Great find from Jurgens as well. He held on to it for as long as he possibly could. Found Jurgens there near the sideline of the end zone. Great toe tap catch for Jurgens, and Lincoln Southwest is on the board.
That was a nice looking drive. 90 yards, took a lot of time off the clock, didn't force anything, and a nice throw by Jurgens. Fit that in a tight window.
Beautiful throw, great drive, a lot of it done with the legs of Jurgens.
PAT is up, and that is no good, not even close there from junior Terma Lopez. So 28-6 remains the score, but not before Jacob Young, 7 yards out, is able to find the end zone on 4th and goal. Grizzlies still in full command of this one in Seacrest.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Fuel up for the big game at Speedy Mart on 238th Street in Greenwood. Open 24 hours. We've got the winning lineup, hot coffee, ice cold drinks, and tasty snacks, plus daily specials smoked fresh in our smoker. Need a pit stop? Our bathrooms are the cleanest around, and our friendly staff always makes you feel like part of the home team. Don't get sidelined. Score big on convenience at Speedy Mart, Greenwood.
Welcome back to Seacrest Field, 28-6 in favor of Lincoln Standing Bear after Jacob Young on 4th and goal from the 7 was able to haul in the pass from Sammy Jurgens to get the Falcons in the scorebook for the first time this season.
Yeah, good drive there for Lincoln Northwest. Came a little bit later in the ball game, I'm sure, than they would have liked, but good to see that here in week 0, that they can put together a long drive.
Another set of good starting field position here for Lincoln Standing Bear. We do have flags on the field once again.
And I'll tell you what, that touchdown from Northwest maybe makes Standing Bear keep some starters out there still here offensively. Still a full quarter to play, so if Northwest can get a stop here and a touchdown maybe even before the 4th quarter, things could get pretty interesting here for this 4th quarter coming up.
Been impressed with what I've seen from, and it's going to shock you to hear me say this, but Lincoln Northwest a little bit, because I will say they played hard. I mean, I don't think the effort is anything you can question here tonight. They obviously are still trying to work through things. They were down 28-0 at the half, but got to credit, they've not quit in this one.
No, they haven't, and because of that, there's still, I mean, like I said, it's unlikely, but it's still possible that Northwest can get back into this football game. Minute 55 to go in the 3rd, get a stop here. That penalty really hurts. I didn't see what it was, but it pushes Standing Bear.
After the play, a little bit of extracurricular.
There you go, and that's, again, what you can't have if you're Northwest. Obviously, it's a rivalry game, but you're down 28-6. You can't do things like that. That will keep you from getting back in this one.
Loecker still in the game, as is DeAndre Hill, who smashes the gas, and away he goes. One play, one touchdown, 44 yards, and the hat trick complete for DeAndre Hill.
Cherry on top for DeAndre Hill on what has been a career game for the running back. Again, offensive line opening up the hole right there. Hill following his blockers, and again, not touched into the end zone for another score for Standing Bear.
That was a heck of a run. 44 yards, 150 yards on the day. PAT is up. PAT is good. 35-6 in favor of the Grizzlies. And Lincoln Standing Bear continues to roll here at Seacrest Field. DeAndre Hill finds pay dirt for the 3rd time, and it's the longest run of his career.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect, like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation, powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
35-6 in favor of Lincoln Standing Bear after a 3rd touchdown run by DeAndre Hill. 44 yards to the house. And the Grizzlies add on to this lead. Up now by, once again, 4 scores. And, of course, after a Lincoln Northwest touchdown, followed up by a costly penalty on the kickoff, gave the Grizzlies great starting field position. Line drive kick, hauled in, and turning this one up the field before being swallowed up is Kilo Collins, and they'll start at the 22-yard line with Lincoln Northwest.
Tell you what, DeAndre Hill, he's going to have to give about 5 or 6 big hugs after this game to his offensive line, who have just paved a way for him. A career night. Obviously, got to give credit to Hill. He is an athlete. He's been running the football really well tonight, but it starts with that offensive line, and they have been fantastic here in this ball game.
Shotgun set, 3 wide receivers right, and 1 to the left. See what this Falcon offense does after scoring a touchdown in their last drive.
Not sure they can do it like they did last time, all off the legs of Jurgens.
Finished it with his arm, and he'll start this drive with his arm as this pass is deflected down. Ian Schreiner in coverage there against Xavier Wells.
May have been a late hit on the quarterback here in the backfield. Flag comes down.
Yep.
May have been roughing the passer after the throw, just a shove late. So you see the flag there. See the replay here of Jurgens getting out of the pocket. Throw, and then, it's just, very late. Just wasn't needed there. Not the craziest of late hits when it comes to the contact itself, but just can't have the push on the quarterback at the end of that.
Carter Bondegard there with the hit. And if you're Coach Schultz at Lincoln Standing Bear, obviously you want your guys playing aggressive, playing physical. How do you kind of address that? Because at some point it is going to cause problems if you have that happen at the wrong time. And honestly, not to mention, it's just not necessarily great football.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the key. Like, you don't want to fall into these bad, these bad habits, you could say. You're up 35-6 against a rival, but you just don't want these things to creep into these close games. Like I said, there you saw the shove there. Not crazy malicious, but just unneeded and not a good football play, and that's gonna cost Standing Bear here.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's not a huge deal right now, up 35-6, towards the end of the third quarter. But if you kind of let that creep in and becomes a habit, it's not good down the road.
So that's going to push Lincoln Northwest well into Standing Bear territory. 15-yard penalty, the end of the play. So they'll take over, 1st and 10 at the Grizzly 47. Jurgens, 3 wide receivers left and 1 to the right. Wells lined up on the bottom of your screen. 400-yard receiver from a year ago. Jurgens evaded 1 sack, did not get away from the 2nd sack. He is brought down on the play. First time into the ball game tonight, or at least the first time we've called the name of Levi Buckby and Caleb Becker in there as well.
Yeah, again, pressure in the backfield. Jurgens did a good job of getting away from it. Ended up gaining 1 yard on the play, but
check that was Zach Ball who was in there. My mistake.
He had that. Speaking of ball, had that football kind of out there. It was a little bit scary for a moment. Thought maybe he was going to lose grip of it, but Jurgens able to hold on and just a gain of 1.
Under a minute to go. And a whistle and a flag. Boy, oh boy, this has been I don't want to call it dysfunctional third quarter, but there hasn't been much of a rhythm, has there?
There has not. A lot of flags here in this third quarter. Again, we expected the flags to be coming today, as it is week 0, first game, jitters, all that stuff, just maybe not the cleanest of football games. But this third quarter especially has been tough for these officials, and in a sense of they've had to been throwing the flags. They've been doing a good job here today for sure.
2nd and 14 to go after the penalty. And we appreciate the officials that obviously were able to make themselves available to this week 0 game. Snap back to Jurgens, fires down the left sideline, looking for Xavier Wells, and he just overshot him. Pass falls incomplete, and 3rd and long upcoming.
Again, would have had to have been a perfect throw from Jurgens there. He's trying to lead him, drop it down in between 2 defenders, but unfortunately wasn't able to do so there, and bringing up a 3rd and long. And again, obviously, probably 4th down territory again here, right at midfield, down 35-6. Punt doesn't do a whole lot for you, so maybe don't necessarily have to pick up the 1st down here.
4 down territory, huh?
I think so. And they go with the run, don't get a lot.
Got maybe a 1.5 yards there. Another late little shove, jab thrown in there. 58 in white, that's Braden Reinboth.
Having to be pulled away. It's an offensive player there.
Well, that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd. It is all Standing Bear, 35-6. They headed into the 3rd, up 28. They head into the 4th, up 29. 36 minutes in the books, a dozen to go on NCN.
Big ideas, bold graphics, quality products you're proud to wear. That is Custom Sports. Custom Sports, custom graphics, quality products, and timely service you can count on.
Everybody having a good time, particularly those fine students from Lincoln Standing Bear who are feeling good about a 35-6 lead as we begin the 4th quarter of play. He's Zach Polk. I'm Jake Bartecki. Our entire News Channel Nebraska crew thrilled to be here at Seacrest Field to bring you week 0 action, and then obviously the rest of the high school football season as well, which Zach and I in several various capacities will be heavily involved in this year.
Yeah, very excited to be a part of the team. Having a lot of fun here with you, Jake, and Northwest not having fun with that snap over the head, that's for sure.
Mason Epps, 2nd time tonight. He has had trouble with a snap on a punt, and he's taken down Paul Hart and Zach Ball there, and Lincoln Standing Bear is going to start this drive deep inside Northwest territory near the red zone, as a matter of fact. Curious to see who Adam Schultz drives out here for this final 4th quarter, up 35-6, running clock territory not far away.
Yeah, and that's, tough for Lincoln Northwest there. We talked before the end of the 3rd quarter there, maybe it's 4 down territory. They decided to trot out the punt team, and snap goes over the head, and it turns out even worse than a 4th down incompletion. So just the little things tonight haven't been there for Lincoln Northwest as they hustle a guy off the field here.
And it is Chase Loecker and at quarterback, running back here, hand the ball off to Hayden Bemmer. He's had a couple of carries tonight, doesn't get much, but he picks up a few, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if DeAndre Hill is done for the day. He had a career night in the backfield, and with a 35-6 lead in the 4th, I think Standing Bear feels pretty good about where they're at.
Now, how much do you put this, the groupings here of the competition you're playing versus the skill Lincoln Standing Bear has? Not to take anything away from Lincoln Northwest, but I tell you what, Standing Bear looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great start to the season. All you can do is play the team in front of you, and Standing Bear has done that and more. And another big play here. Flag comes flying in, but taking it into the end zone. We'll see if it stands.
It was Caden Ehlers off the edge. He shot out of there like a cannon. We'll see if it's a block in the back or something of that extent that sprung him free. And really no argument from the Grizzlies on this one.
Yeah, looks like it is going to be holding.
Holding, yeah. That might have been what opened that running lane. The 6'3", 190-pound sophomore.
Cool play there for me to take over the play-by-play for a second.
You got your play-by-play rep in for tonight.
Hey, but it doesn't stand. But that's all right. Standing Bear again. A couple of big plays here tonight. But holding called there. You can see it on the outside. They'll go back at it here with a 2nd and long.
11:05 to go in the game. Taking a look at the lineup here, and you still see Paul Hart out there. So most of the starters, I think everybody on the offensive line, plus most of the receivers, are still first-string guys.
And if you have your first-string quarterback in there, you probably want to have your first-string offensive line. So that part makes sense, but we'll see.
Emmer swallowed up and taken down in the play. Nice tackle there. Lincoln Northwest starting to get deeper into their bench. First time we've called the name of the linebacker out of the backfield there. Kevin Wachter, 6'3", defensive tackle / linebacker. Loss on the play.
Now we got that 3rd and long here for Standing Bear. And again, you're kind of in that scenario. Maybe don't want to show too much here on tape for future opponents, but also you want to keep playing football because that's what we're here for. Week 0 and against a rival, want to keep on pushing. So bring the blitz.
Loecker flips one over the middle. There's Ehlers. He might have his touchdown after all. Gets a block down inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown Standing Bear for now, but there's a flag down at the 14-yard line.
Tell you what, I did not see the penalty. I think I saw him almost lose the football there, though. I'm not sure. Maybe he was pointing at a guy to be blocked, but it looked like maybe he lost the football there for a second. We'll see where this flag.
Cash O'Brien right there listening to what the officials had to say. There comes the big hit right there. I don't know if that's penalty worthy or not.
Did not see what it was there, did he?
Everybody's walking the other way, so I think it would say, these guys seem interested, don't they?
They do little bottle flips. Why not? Let's see him land one. Come on.
Remember that trend? That was great. I was probably, I don't know, was that, how long ago would that have been when that started?
Oh, man.
7-8 years ago?
I was going to say it was probably around 2017, 2018.
Yeah, so it would have been like my freshman year of college.
Yeah. I mean, my nephews still love doing it. It's still something. I mean,
you have to have the right amount of fluid in there, right amount of water to make it work.
And they don't understand that just yet, so it could be tough.
3rd and 9, Loecker looking for Paul Hart. Just overshot him a bit. Paul Hart's ran some great routes tonight. Does have a touchdown, but probably could have a few more. Throws have just not been on the money every time from Loecker.
Yeah, and you can see why Paul Hart is sought after as a junior. He is a big kid. Looks like a prototypical tight end, kind of running some wide receiver routes here tonight for the Grizzlies. But now an opportunity to see a pretty long field goal here for the Grizzlies.
And this is somebody that Adam Schultz is very high on, is Brody Hyatt. 7 of 8 on point afters last year. 2 for 2 on field goals. His career long is 29 yards, and this one from 41. Out of the hold of Henry Warren, and Xavier Wells, about 10 seconds early, jumps across.
Yeah, give him a little bit more here. They're bringing some more guys on. We'll see if maybe they're going to go for it instead of the field goal now. Wells just trying to get a jump on that one, maybe get a block and a big play.
I kind of feel for Brody Hyatt. He's kind of had the long field goal attempt kind of dangled in front of him tonight. Maybe, thought maybe at the end of the half, maybe, right here, maybe at the end of a drive in the first, the third quarter, and then that was a one-play touchdown drive. hasn't necessarily had his shining moment to attempt that long field goal.
Yeah, and as a kicker, you'd love to have it here in a game like this where you can kind of
low stakes.
Yep, get that one out of the way. But now going for it.
Bemmer back in at the running back spot. He'll take the carry here, and he's got the edge. Bemmer shakes a tackle, dives to the pylon, and he's in. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
What a run. A little capping off a great drive once again for Standing Bear. Didn't have to go very far after the defensive stop and the punt snap over the head, but again, putting things together on 4th down. Great run, diving for that pylon.
4th down and 4 yards to go, and they'll line up for the PAT. Go for it on 4th down, might find yourself in the end zone, Zach.
Well, and that's been the difference. They go for it on 4th down there. Northwest doesn't. Snap over the head. You've seen it. It's been that kind of day for Northwest. They've had a tough night here at Seacrest Field, but Standing Bear looking great.
PAT is up, and it is good. Brody Hyatt converts that one. He's been perfect on those. 42-6. Grizzlies with the lead. 10 minutes remain here in Lincoln.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
It is all Grizzlies here, 42-6, as Brody Hyatt will kick away. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. And this one well into the end zone for another touchback. Impressive showing in the Class A debut for Lincoln Standing Bear. And again, last year, talk about improvement. They won this game by 12, Zach, 29-17 in week 8 of the regular season. Now in week 0 here, really taking it to the Falcons.
Yeah, taking it to them and having fun while doing it. And again, it really, week 0, we talked about this probably being the only game in the city. A lot of people showing up and Standing Bear playing some great football. And, confidence goes a long ways. You come out in a game like this and you dominate the way you have against a rival. It can go a long ways, but it can also go too far. And I know coaches will probably talk to them about that. Like, hey, big win here tonight, what it's looking like, but it could still got to go next week, a week after. They probably got to bye a week next week, I would assume, for week 1 after playing week 0.
Well, I got it on the schedule. They do play next week. I know I believe Standing Bear has a week 6 bye.
Okay, week 6 bye. So, next week they're going to have to, celebrate this one tonight if they can hold on here. Looks like they will, up 42-6, but celebrate tonight. Obviously good to get a win over your rival, but on Monday, snap back into it, prepare for the next Friday.
Upcoming schedule for Lincoln Standing Bear is Lincoln Southwest, Millard North, and North Platte. Be at home against Millard North and on the road against North Platte. And then for Lincoln Northwest, got Omaha Northwest, so a Lincoln versus Omaha battle at the NWs, and then North Star, Omaha, Bryan.
A couple of nice runs here. I believe that's Kilo Collins for Northwest, getting a couple of handoffs and a couple of nice runs. Got a 2nd and short here for the Falcons. Again, backups out there for Northwest.
And off to the right side. That's Kilo Collins, who's been on kick return duty tonight. The Falcons, who does not get much. And again, we are in a running clock situation here. 3rd down and 2 to go. The backup quarterback in is Lucas Morton. We haven't seen him throw tonight. We have seen him come in a couple different times for some equipment issues with Sammy Jurgens, which is a little unusual.
Yeah, coming in here now, a 3rd and 7. See if he puts this one in the air. Did have that pretty nice looking fade route to the end zone when he came in, but now with his feet, there he goes.
Wow, look at this. Look at the speed out of the second string QB, but he coughs up the football, and sliding on top of it is Caden Luby. And I think Lucas Morton might have gotten hit in the spot you don't want to get hit.
Yeah, that did not look great. Obviously, we'll see it here. Heck of a run from the backup quarterback, but I think he got helmet on football. Yep, and also, yeah, not fun to see that.
I just don't want to see that. There's nothing else you can say about that one.
Yeah, that's tough though. Sometimes, I mean, you're running the football, you're ready for the contact, and it looked like face mask to football right off the bat, and then the follow through.
Boy, oh boy. Well, Standing Bear will take things over. We hope that Lucas Morton is okay, but we are nearing our post-game show, which will be brought to you in part by Custom Sports. That's coming up. We'll have highlights, interviews, analysis, talk with, I would say it's safe to say, Adam Schultz, and probably our player of the game as well, which I don't know about you. I kind of feel like DeAndre Hill is the deserving candidate out of all of those. Not to spoil anything, but 16 carries, 3 touchdowns. I'd say that's a day.
Yeah, pretty nice night for the running back. And, now we're in this spot. Again, 7:40 to go, running time. Just don't want to see too many injuries here down the stretch. Both second teams in there, looks like. Just want to come away with this one. If you're Northwest, just rinse it, get back to things next week, learn from it. If you're Standing Bear, obviously pretty happy with how this one went, but now a timeout going to be called, or looks like it is timeout for Standing Bear.
We'll take one with them, 42-6 in favor of the Grizzlies.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer with locations throughout Nebraska and Kansas. And by Visit Kearney. Next time you're in Kearney, check out the new Visit Kearney Welcome Center located on Eunice campus.
New home on the horizon? Loan it to own it. Need a new car to keep you moving? Loan it to own it. Looking for a new adventure? Loan it to own it with Liberty First Credit Union. Liberty First Credit Union is there for every step of your journey. Anyone can join to receive low payments and fixed rates to help get you through every new milestone. When you're ready to own it, loan it through Liberty First Credit Union.
We mentioned talking to our player of the game during our post-game show. Our player of the game interview will be brought to you in part by Nebraska Orthopedic Center. Check out their newest location on 33rd and Salt Creek, right by Lincoln North Star High School. Zach Polk, alongside myself, Jake Bartecki here at Seacrest Field. It's been a great week 0 here on NCN, where the Grizzlies lead 42-6. An offensive showing, a defensive showing. They've been clean in the special teams. I think special teams, especially in week 0, just being clean is good, but they've been stout and stand out on the other 2 phases.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been an all-around dominant performance for Standing Bear, winning in every aspect of the game, and just a great night for the Grizzlies.
New quarterback in the ball game. And he hands off to Bemer again here. And he's able to kick it outside and turn it upfield. And Lincoln Northwest, you get the sense they might starting to, I don't want to say quit, but they might be running out of motivation here.
Yeah. And, it's the second team guys out there. They're still going to be playing hard, trying to prove themselves here in this one. But, it has just been, a really really good game offensively for Standing Bear, and even with the second team in there, still dominating the line of scrimmage.
The new quarterback in the second stringer is Aiden Garrido, senior quarterback, so a lot of experience on both of these sides of the ball for the Grizzlies. Garrido throws to the sideline. Pass caught by Jace Goose, and he's knocked down after a short pickup.
I think he dropped it.
Oh, did he drop it?
I think he dropped it. Throw to the left side. Kind of took his eyes off the football there, looking upfield. Dropped the football.
And he did indeed. A little frustrated with himself after that one.
Yeah, you can see it. And he knows, too. Just kind of, you can see his eyes maybe go upfield right before. Yeah, I see he's looking upfield as he's trying to pull it in. And it's a little close there to maybe going backwards, but forwards pass is incomplete.
And see, that's a week zero. Talk about week zero adjustments needed to be. That's a week zero adjustment for the announcer. Watch the play till the end. Another run here for Bamer, and he's going to get a first down and turn it upfield for more.
Tell you what, we've talked about the running backs, but this offensive line, on all aspects, both offensive line, first string, second string, and running backs, first string, second string. I mean, they're running hard. Got to be happy if you're a Grizzly fan with this offense tonight. Obviously, defense did their thing, but a lot of things to be happy about walking away from this one if you're Standing Bear.
Indeed. And got the ball 1st and 10. Well inside Falcons territory at the 28. Go to the sideline. Catch is made. And then a short run upfield after the catch by Parker Beaumont. Called his name a couple times on the other side of the ball tonight. Even with Class A, still have some two-way players on the field. Both these squads, 66 players apiece between these two rosters.
Tell you what, it's pretty good. I mean, that's a good number.
That shows why they jumped from B to A.
Yeah.
Garrido loses the football. He's able to fall on top of it and almost made a play out of it as well, but the officials are wisely going to, I believe, blow this one dead.
Yeah, I think his knee hit the turf there as he was picking up the football. Probably, I'm sure Coach may be telling him, hey, just dive on that one, live to see another play type of thing. You're happy to see your guys trying to make a play, but you can see here on the replay just a snap wide, and as he's picking up the football there goes that knee down. So we'll move it back here to the 21-yard line.
Second down and 15 to go.
It's a delay of game. So taking just
seen that a bit.
Yeah. And again, that's week zero stuff, and
especially with second teamers on the field.
I was about to say, week zero stuff, and then you add on to the second team being out there. I'm sure the Grizzlies were expecting to come into this one and get a win. If you told them it was 42-6, they might not be super surprised. I'm sure they're very confident in what their abilities are this season, but. Some of these second stringers maybe didn't think that they would be coming into the ball game tonight, and, trying to do things. They're going to get back-to-back delay of games here.
Yep.
Again, that's just.
I don't think that's an intentional delay of game either.
I would say it's not, especially back-to-back ones like that. Just moving them back here, trying to get the youngsters some playing time. Clock obviously still running as it is running time, but want to get some reps for this second team.
Garrido hands it off again. Another short pickup on second and long. Could almost say second and first.
I was going to say, you do the math, because I'm not going to. They got to get down to about the 6-yard line for a first down. So a third and forever here. I guess you don't have to do the math. Our wonderful people here at Seacrest got it up on the scoreboard. It's 3rd and 22. Yes, we got it too. Look at us.
We do indeed. Garrido, he's going to throw on 3rd and 22. And he's able to find his man. That's Noah Rebke. And he's knocked down after a decent pickup as we come up on the final 90 seconds with a running clock here. Standing Bear up 42-6, 4th and 17. And we might see the field goal attempt here we've been wanting to see from Brody Hyatt.
He's got the leg, they say. We'll see. He can put one through the uprights here.
40-yard attempt. Career best is 29 for Hyatt. The hold by Henry Warren. The kick is on its way. It is up. And that right there shows why they're high on Brody Hyatt. That had the distance just a little off to the right.
Yeah, can't really tell from up here.
I think it was plenty good.
Missed to the right. But hey, he got his chance. He got his effort there. But this one, all but over.
I don't know if the handshake line has quite begun yet. It has sort of congregated on that Lincoln Standing Bear sideline, but it looks like we'll see at least 1 or 2 more plays here. I do regret to inform you, if people are aware, I'm a White Sox fan. Zach Polk is a Mets fan. They are playing each other tonight, and the White Sox walked them off.
I was just about to say, the only reason you're bringing it up, it had to be positive for the White Sox. So that hurts. We're not very good this year, though. I'm happy for the White Sox. They need it more than us right now.
Well, you know the game's getting out of hand when we're talking baseball here in the final 40 seconds of the 4th. Handoff left side as a carry for Kilo Collins. Again, he's handled all the kick return duties tonight for the Falcons. He gets his 6th carry of the ball game where he's up to 7 yards. It's kind of been that kind of night, just quiet offensively for the Falcons, but a very impressive Class A debut for the Standing Bear Grizzlies.
Yep, and we maybe will see one more play here from Northwest, just about 10 seconds to go. Not sure they'll get it off, but Standing Bear, like you said, jumping to Class A, playing a familiar opponent who's also jumping to Class A, but a big win nonetheless here for Standing Bear. 42-6 is going to be your final.
A Class A debut masterpiece from Lincoln Standing Bear as they top their crosstown rival Lincoln Northwest, as Zach said it, 42-6. We will recap it next. We'll talk with Coach Schultz and our player of the game right after this.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com. NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a Teammates mentor. I've heard Teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates helps students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
In Nebraska, agriculture is part of who we are. It feeds our families, supports our towns, and shapes our future. AFAN is helping farmers and ranchers grow stronger operations through livestock development programs at no cost to them. Because strong farms means strong communities. AFAN, supporting agriculture and strengthening communities across Nebraska.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
On the go and need a fast break? Speedy Mart is your playmaker. Swing in, grab a quick bite, a refreshing drink, and fuel up fast so you can get back in the game without missing a beat. With plenty of parking, speedy pumps, and shelves stocked with all your favorites, Speedy Mart on South 72nd Street, Papillion keeps you moving. Whether it's food, fuel, or a friendly smile, make the winning move. Stop at Speedy Mart today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Custom Sports. From screen-printed t-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. CustomSportsCO.com. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
The Standing Bear Grizzlies with a statement in their Class A debut. We're joined postgame now by head coach Adam Schultz. Coach, you guys averaged nearly 10 yards per carry on offense. How proud were you of your front five in the offensive line, but also of your offense as a whole?
I mean, we talked about in the offseason just being a physical team. We had a lot of linemen coming back, and we knew a strength would be our run game, and we knew our running backs are really good, which you got to see tonight. They just see the hole. Our offense makes holes, and they just get to go do their thing. And so we're really proud of the physicality that we played with, and we are moving people. And so, yeah, we're just super pumped of the mindset our guys went out there and played with.
Well, it wasn't just the offense that was great. The defense was stout. The special teams was clean. What do you kind of contribute an all-around strong performance like that to?
It's buy-in, man. When you get kids that want to be around, they want to be great, and they want to establish themselves. I mean, that's what it is everybody's buying into their role, and they're doing their role to the best of their ability, and then they're seeing some success.
Well, DeAndre Hill, our player of the game, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. What can you tell us about him, and how proud are you of him for what he did tonight with a career night?
Yeah. I mean, he's literally just what he did the last game. I mean, went for over 100 his last game last year, and just continuing to do the same thing. You're talking about a resilient kid who probably hasn't been given a lot of confidence from other people, but then he comes here and he's a ton of success. I mean, he just works every single day. And then as a person, he's just so joyful. I mean, everybody in that locker room loves him. He just gives people a sense of purpose, that he encourages them and just loves them, and it's amazing to see him have success.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Congrats, and good luck on the rest of the way.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
That's Coach Schultz. Let's bring in our player of the game here, DeAndre Hill. Gets a hug and a handshake from head coach, 16 carries, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a career night for you. Take me through it.
I mean, the line was just, the holes were just open, and I just hit them. And it was just easy. I don't know.
What are you going to do to credit your offensive line? Not to say you didn't do it yourself, but they did a lot of work for you. You going to get them a nice gift or something?
Yeah, I think I might have to get them a gift or some food or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this is a statement win. I was talking with Coach about it. I mean, you guys come into Class A. You have this kind of a win, 42-6. What does that say about what you guys can accomplish?
I think if we just, keep the momentum going, and I think we can have a really great year this year. So.
Well, taking this momentum through the rest of the season, what's it going to take to continue that success?
I think all of us just need to be locked in every day at practice and during our games, just make our plays.
All right, well, congratulations on the win and a great performance.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's DeAndre Hill, our player of the game. Thanks to Coach Schultz as well. We'll send it back to the studio for top plays right after this.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
When you're running the bases of a busy day, let Speedy Mart at 13235 Grover Street in Omaha knock it out of the park. Start your morning with breakfast made with the real thing, fresh eggs. Step inside for tasty snacks, refreshing drinks, and friendly service that treats you like family. With a dynamic team full of energy and great chemistry, every stop feels like a win. Speedy Mart, where every visit is a home run.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Well, welcome back to Seacrest Field. Many thanks to Coach Schultz and our player of the game, our Nebraska Orthopedic Center player of the game, DeAndre Hill, who had himself a night. Well, Zach, you heard what the coach and our player of the game had to say. Your thoughts on a statement tonight by Standing Bear?
Yeah, big win for Standing Bear there. You heard Hill there in the interview talking about having to maybe give his offensive line something.
Let's get him some food.
Yeah, he backed off on the gifts a little bit. Obviously, he's a high school kid. Maybe
sure.
You can, invite him over for some food or get him some fast food after this one. But offensive line played great. Hill obviously running the football, did a great job for Standing Bear. Also, Chase Loecker had a little bit of a quiet night under center, but he had 2 touchdowns. I think he had a rushing and a throwing touchdown on the day. And just one mistake there late in the ball game with the interception, but he played well. And sometimes at the quarterback position, when you're running the football so well, all you got to do is kind of stay out of your team's way. And he did that. He handed off the football to Hill. Offensive line did their jobs. When he was asked to throw, did a pretty good job doing that. And all around, just a great night for Standing Bear.
All right, well, let's see how we got to this point of 42-6 Grizzlies in our top plays. This is the Class A debut for both Lincoln Standing Bear and Lincoln Northwest. Standing Bear last year made the playoffs, went 4-6. It was a tough season in 2025 for Northwest. They went 1-8. Week 0 action. There it is, Seacrest Field, just a beautiful venue here in the capital city. Opening quarter of this one, DeAndre Hill, we talked about our player of the game, bounces off a tackle, finds the end zone for 6 points for number 6.
A little bit of foreshadowing here. We saw DeAndre Hill first drive running the football. Knew it was probably going to be a big night for him after that first drive, and we weren't wrong.
Couple possessions later, Lincoln Northwest went 3 and out in their first 2 possessions, finally got something going here, and then seamlessly the ball comes out. Harper Clem with the forced fumble, and then Standing Bear recovers it, and as you can imagine, they cashed in. Our key player in our custom sports pregame was Paul Hart, and Chase Loecker evades the pressure on the play action, hits him in the numbers for 6 points from 23 out.
Again, we talked about Loecker not having to do a whole lot tonight with the arm. When he did, he threw darts like that there to Paul Hart. Pretty big target there at the goal line.
Another player that's got some D1 interest from schools around the country. Sammy Jurgens dropping back to throw here. More pressure in the backfield. This is Rosberg and Harper Clem. Rosberg, the first one there, hits him in the backfield for what was the 3rd of 7 sacks for Standing Bear tonight. Out of the shotgun here, Sammy Jurgens dropping back to throw. Here comes Harper Clem. Pocket collapses, and he goes down again. Clem with 3 sacks tonight. Talk about a player of the game defensively. That might be it.
Yeah, he did a great job getting into the backfield. Even when he wasn't able to get to Jurgens, he forced him out of the pocket. Here, Jurgens making a nice play outside of the pocket and a nice throw for the only touchdown of the game for Northwest.
Yeah, that was Jacob Young, who had a really nice game for the Falcons. 4 receptions for 32 yards. This is after a turnover, 1 touch, another touchdown. This completed the hat trick for DeAndre Hill, who ended his night with 16 carries, 150 yards, 3 scores, averaged 8.5 yards per attempt through the first half. So he had himself absolutely a night and only played 3 quarters. Loecker hands one off here. One more touchdown. This one, it's Bemer on the edge, who finds the stiff arm, dives for the sticks, and finds the touchdown to put the exclamation point on a fabulous statement by the Grizzlies here in week 0.
Yeah, you just said an exclamation there. 42-6, huge night for Standing Bear. Everything going right there for their squad.
Well, the lights are dimming here for the week 0 action at Seacrest Field. That's where we say so long, but not before we take a look at our upcoming schedule. And I see the Doane Tigers on there, Zach. There we are. All right, so starts next Thursday. UNK will host Wayne State. Cozad Network will have Cozad and Gothenburg week 1 action on Thursday night. The Nebraska State Fair live show. That'll be Colleen Williams and Dave Greek bringing you a lot of great action from Grand Island. Boone Central Battle Creek football on August 28th. That's week 1 action. And then college action, early scouting report on Texas College Doane, Zach?
Not much right now.
Sure.
We're going to dive into that this weekend and early next week. But I know Coach Johnson over there is very happy about the fall, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, final takeaways before we wrap things up.
Big night for Standing Bear. Obviously, like we said, both teams jumping to Class A. Running the football really well, throwing the football really well. Defense, field position, they checked all the boxes tonight.
42-6 is the final for Zach Polk and our entire News Channel Nebraska crew. I'm Jake Bartecki saying so long from Lincoln.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.
From saving money to spending on the go, depositing checks while dinner's on the stove, or managing the farm right from the field, life is busy enough. That's why Elkhorn Valley Bank makes banking easy with digital banking.